gentlemen, we are not on WAZU. We are on YouTube this morning. We still have I3 Broadband is still trying to resuscitate the mouse out at the transmitter or something, but we are dead in the water when it comes to AM, or in this case, FM radio, and there isn't a thing we can do about it except scream and holler at I3 Broadband, and they don't open until 7 o'clock. Try to figure that out.
I'm not convinced the problem was ever I3 broadband. I think there's some other, I think it's got to be something else.
Well, yesterday, Chris Buckley said that I3
just happened to be,
Broadband,
but
he said yesterday I3 Broadband was out of service.
they showed some kind
And
of
he
service
showed-
disruption, but it's not working today.
No.
I can't believe that this is still the same thing.
And I think it was on when I left here yesterday. When I left here yesterday, I turned on my car radio and it was, I think it was
but
on.
that's a different, they're coming from a different studio.
They're different studios, but same transmitter, because
Right.
Louis said it
That's
was out at
correct.
a transmitter.
It's
I
I3
don't know.
Broadband.
I don't know.
That's the service I use from here to the transmitter.
That's why I'm on this side of the microphone, I have to deal with that stuff.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, we are who we are, and we're on worldwide, not locally, but worldwide.
Yeah,
So
well, that's
try to
better,
figure
right,
that
almost.
out. At any rate, we will do what we always do and bring you the most comprehensive, more stories more often. And for good reason, because we have the experience and we have some great sponsors like Peoria Pet Crematory. The folks at Peoria Pet, experienced professional, offering several dignified options when you lose your pet. And you can reach them at any hour of the day or night, 7 days a week at 309-713-1898. Peoria Pet Crematory, people who care. What's the weather look like, my friend?
It doesn't look bad. It
But it
feels really
feels
cold.
different. Oh, boy.
It's mostly sunny, but it's really windy today. High 30. It'll feel like, I don't know, somewhere about 8 to 10 to 2 below, which is
Two
just
below.
crazy.
That's in Mississippi.
Tonight, partly cloudy and windy with rising temperatures overnight, low reaching 33. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high 44. Tomorrow night, low 20. Sunday, sunny and 33. Monday, sunny and 42. Still, temperature-wise, not that bad for the next few days. Right now, it's 15 degrees, and with that wind chill, it must be like 110 below.
No, it's 11 below.
It hurt when I got out of the car. It blew, and my temples hurt, and it was painful. It really was. It was really.
Well, I know when I opened the door, that blast of cold air really
It woke me up.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the news brought to you by Advanced Medical Transport of Central Illinois. In a time of need, AMT will be there in a matter of minutes with the most skilled and advanced pre-hospital care possible. The men and women of AMT dedicated to providing a better life through better health. Now the news.
Earlier this week, we reported 59-year-old Eric Burlingame of Hopedale was missing. Unfortunately, he's been found dead in an area of heavy snowfall, said Tazewell Coroner Charles Hanley. An autopsy will be performed this afternoon to determine exact cause of death.
The gunman who was wanted for the killing of 2 Brown University students and the wounding of 9 others has been found dead in a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire. He's been identified as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot. Brown University officials said Valente was a student at the school from 2000 to 2001. The investigation continues with strong belief he may have also shot and killed a professor at MIT in Brookline, Massachusetts. We'll talk with Peoria Defense Attorney Kevin Sullivan around 7:30 this morning.
Yeah, they have concluded that he indeed was the one who shot the professor.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Obviously a nutcase.
Yeah.
Arson was the cause of a house fire at 2314 North Ellis around midnight Wednesday night. A resident of the house was able to escape without injury. Damage estimated at $40,000.
2 more teens have been arrested for a variety of crimes. One was 16, grabbed by police and charged with 2 counts of vehicular hijacking, and a 17-year-old for possession of a stolen vehicle.
A terrible single-plane crash at the Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina has claimed the lives of NASCAR champion driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 children, and 3 others. Apparently, the Cessna C-550 business jet developed engine trouble shortly after taking off. Officials said the plane was attempting to return to the airport when it went down. It was headed to the Bahamas.
Biffle was a licensed pilot holding license for single-engine, multi-engine airplanes and helicopters. He became heavily involved in disaster relief after Hurricane Helen, flying helicopters to deliver supplies to hard-to-reach communities in North Carolina and Tennessee. FAA records reveal he had just received his private pilot's recertification in March of this year. And committed, he was excited to get back flying again. We'll talk about the tragic crash with former Southwest Airline pilot Dick Crane at about 6:30 this morning.
Good economic news. The Bureau of Labor announced yesterday that inflation dropped to 2.7%. That comes after inflation reached 9% under Joe Biden. The White House responded after the lower mark disappointed some economists who have predicted a higher inflation number. President Trump reported the night before that inflation was dropping, and so it did, to the lowest level in almost 5 years. Prices for many grocery items are lower, as are costs for medicine, gas, airfare, car rental, and hotels.
The media's response was, wait a minute. The New York Times, without evidence, said the drop likely reflects distortions caused by the government shutdown. ABC said the lower number ends months-long acceleration of prices increasing, offering relief for households strained by cost hikes, and NBC said it's a positive sign for consumers on its face. However, November's data was collected later than normal. However, Harvard economist Ken Rogoff said on CNN the inflation report is good news, and there's no other way to spin it. But that didn't stop the media from trying.
Yeah, they had all these experts on over the last couple of months telling us that the tariffs were going to cause inflation, that it was an absolute certainty, and now it's down.
And I was still just saying it. They figured they
It must
say
be a
it,
miracle.
people believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't understand.
And ABC Radio on WLS this morning said there's an investigation that some people want to find out how they came up with the lower number. They didn't do that on Joe Biden. They didn't do it on Barack Obama. But by God, they're going to do it on Donald Trump, because only Donald Trump is hated by the media. It's a national disgrace, frankly speaking. In other news,
Well, that Milwaukee judge will learn today whether she's guilty of helping an illegal immigrant to escape.
let's update that story. She has been found
Oh,
guilty
she has been.
of
Okay.
obstruction of justice.
And when is she, who sentences her? When is she sentenced? And what are the,
Well,
I'm excited.
you're asking questions that are unanswered by the news media, but she was not found guilty of a stronger charge, but there's no question she was obstructing
well, sure. Sure she was. That was crazy.
the ICE agents who were waiting to take the guy into custody. There's no word on whether or not she is joining Weight Watchers during this trial.
Oh.
All right, that's the news.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's- well, we can
All right,
take
let's
some
get
stuff later.
more news from WCBU this morning.
From the WCBU Newsroom, I'm Ben Howell. Peoria has approved a 2-year charter extension for the City-County Joint Commission on Racial Justice and Equity. The commission was originally formed in 2020. City Council members John Kelly and Dennis Sear questioned what the commission has accomplished so far. Mayor Rita Ali noted the commission presents an annual report each year. Councilmember Bernice Gordon-Young offers another suggestion.
Have any of you attended any of these meetings to see what they are about? Because I think firsthand that'll really give you a great idea.
The RJE Commission's responsibilities include developing and suggesting coordinated strategies to reduce inequity. A new 3-megawatt community solar farm on Brimfield School District property is the first project of its kind in Illinois. Jubilee Solar recently held a grand opening for the 5,400-panel renewable energy generator. The project was developed through the Illinois Shines Public Schools and is the state's first solar installment built on public school land. The Brimfield School District is the solar farm's anchor subscriber. That enrollment is projected to offset the district's energy costs by more than $22,000 each year. The new head of the Illinois Farm Bureau says one of the factors that led to the defeat of his incumbent opponent is a lawsuit the Farm Bureau filed against the national group, the American Farm Bureau Federation. Illinois Farm Bureau President Philip Nelson says he wants to resolve the suit, but declines to offer specifics yet.
I think I need to hear their side of it first. I think the first step is sitting down across the table and talking and seeing where we're at.
The lawsuit is about the end of a requirement for country insurance policyholders to have an Illinois Farm Bureau membership. And Illinois lawmakers decide in a few weeks whether people in prison will get physical mail again. The Illinois Department of Corrections has adopted a temporary policy to scan all mail and send digital versions to incarcerated people. Annette Douglas coordinates holiday card writing campaigns to incarcerated people through the Education Justice Project at the University of Illinois.
I saw them bringing bags of it home, so it's something that they kept, and it meant something to them.
The Maine Corrections Officer Union pushed for the policy. I'm Ben Howell.
All right, it's time to get into the world of sports with all the latest. Here's Dr. Gene Sidler, brought to you by BradleyFans.com.
Well, Roger, quite a game last night. Bradley beat Indiana State 108-99 in 3 overtimes.
Oh, you're kidding. Wow.
Quite a game. Bradley jumped out to an early 17-4 lead, but then Indiana State came back and they took the lead back and held a 5-point lead at halftime. 41-36 was the halftime score. The game stayed close throughout the second half, and it appeared Bradley was on the verge of winning as they had a 3-point lead with just 1 second left in regulation, but a miracle three-quarter court shot by Indiana State tied the game.
You're kidding.
And sent it to overtime. The game remained close back and forth through the first overtime and the second overtime. And in the third overtime, it was Bradley freshman Montana Wheeler and sophomore Timothy Vandernap, the kid from Italy, and then senior Alex Schubrex, who came up big for Bradley. And Bradley finally opened a lead and held on to win 108-99 in 3 overtimes. Bradley will start the MVC season 1-0. They improved to 8-4 overall with their 5th straight win, and they will play again Sunday, this time at home in the Carver Arena at 1 p.m. against Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
How do they do overtime college basketball?
It's a 5-minute overtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
You
It
did?
was actually on
That
one
would
of
have
your...
been exciting.
ESPN? Really?
No, it was actually on Xfinity TV. If you got Xfinity cable at home,
Yes, I do.
it was on channel 1019.
No kidding.
That's one of the side
Oh,
channels of
thanks for the
HOI.
phone call.
Well, if I'd have known you were interested, I would have called you.
Well, I'm interested. I'm a Bradley
You
graduate.
can always go to BradleyFans.com and
Yes,
find
you
out.
could have.
Yeah.
There you
well,
go. You're
nice.
signed up.
Go ahead, rescue him.
Well, I just figured I owed him one. I said,
Well, did you watch it?
no, I
Well,
would have
see,
if
there
I
you
would have
go.
known, but
Yeah, okay, that's right. Well, you should have called me.
I did have a missed call from Dr. Sidler, so.
Okay.
Bradley women won also. Bradley women won their 3rd game in a row, beating Southern Illinois 64-47 up on the
Ooh,
hilltop.
boy, that sounds good.
Bradley defense held Southern Illinois to just 29% shooting overall, 1 of 13 from the 3-point line. They improved to 7-4 on the season, and they start the Missouri Valley season with a win as well, 1-0 on the season. They'll play again Sunday in their final non-conference game at Northern Kentucky. Down in Kentucky at a 1:30 game, also on ESPN+. And Illinois, they don't play again until next Monday, the 22nd, when they play Missouri in the bragging rights game in St.
That's always a
Louis,
big game, isn't it?
Enterprise Center. Well, it is, I guess, a little bit of a sort of a rivalry game.
Oh, I think it is. Yeah.
Not, of course, it's not a Big Ten game, so in the end, it is not quite as important as the conference games are. And then the NFL game was quite a game last night. The Los Angeles Rams had a 16-point lead about midway through the 4th quarter. Looked like they were cruising to the win, and then Seattle came back, mounted an extraordinary comeback with 2 touchdowns in the final 8 minutes or so of the 4th quarter. Both times they got 2-point conversions to bring them back from the 30-16 deficit to a 30-30 tie. It went to overtime, and the Rams then took the initial kickoff down and scored to make it 37-30, and Seattle kind of miraculously came back, marched down, tied the game, got a touchdown and went for a 2-point conversion.
Ooh, and one.
And won it.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So they get their 3rd straight 2-point conversion in the 4th quarter and then the overtime for a 38-37 win. Really a good game. Too bad both teams couldn't win that game because they both played fantastically.
They could have ended in a tie, could they not?
Well, yeah.
Because there's now-
If they'd have gone for just a 1-point conversion there in overtime, it probably would have ended in a tie. Yes. Chicago Bears, they'll play in a nationally televised game tomorrow night, Saturday night, against the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh.
That'll be on the Fox Network at 7:20 p.m. Green Bay still a 1.5-point favorite. Go Bears. And there's 4 first-round
go
college
Green
football. What?
I'm kind of a Green Bay fan now.
Why is that?
Well, my daughter lives there, and
Well,
I
you win
like.
every
She
year.
lives
Come
in
on.
I
Green
like.
Bay?
Yeah, well, right outside in De
Does she
Pere.
play for the team?
No, she goes to a lot of the games, but I like the ownership. That's kind of neat. Of the team, I like the instead
You
of some
like
big.
everybody owns
Yeah,
it?
everybody gets a little piece of the deal. I kind of like
But
that.
somebody has controlling interests, I'm
well,
sure.
there's a board.
Yeah.
But yeah, bunch of rich guys, gals.
There are 4 college football playoff games, college games this weekend, one of them tonight and 3 more tomorrow, and a couple of bowl games that are today. The Peach Bowl and the Gasparilla Bowl are today. Peach Bowl at 11 a.m. on
Those are
ESPN,
pirates,
and
aren't
the
they?
Gasparilla Bowl.
How many
2:30.
bowl games are there? Here's the sheet here.
There were
47.
Yeah, there's 36 technically bowl games, and then there's 11 more college football playoff games, which are some people consider them bowl games. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But basically, yeah, 40 was
It's
that
amazing.
47
47,
all
yeah.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they ought to have. They've named it after everything. How about a colonoscopy bowl? Wouldn't that be something worthwhile to look into
The Cologuard Bowl.
or look up?
You gotta get a sponsor there. Yeah. National Hockey League last night, Chicago Blackhawks lost to the Montreal Canadiens 4-1, and the St. Louis Blues lost to the New York Rangers 2-1 in overtime. Peoria Rivermen beat the Evansville Thunderbolts 2-0 in that Education Day game yesterday. Started at 10:30 yesterday morning, and attendance was 9,211.
Wow.
Isn't that terrific?
Almost all kids from schools.
Well, that's all right. They can cheer and yell and carry on.
They probably weren't
just
paying
like
any
adults.
attention to the game, but
No.
they were having
Some,
all kinds of fun.
you're
Everybody
right.
had fun.
But the teachers were watching.
Maybe a little bit. The Rivermen will play another game tomorrow night in Evansville against the same Thunderbolts team. And that is it for sports, Roger.
Yeah, and you have all the details on BradleyFans.com about the game. And
Oh,
A lot
absolutely.
of people talking about it because that had to be one of the most thrilling Bradley games in quite a number of years.
It was giving me heart palpitations. I can usually withstand close games, but this one, back and forth, there were some officiating calls that, you hate to blame the officiating if you lose.
But you will.
And you don't like to bring it up when you win, but it was very unbalanced. Let me give you.
Oh,
Let me
really?
just give you some,
Can you give us some examples?
some examples. Bradley shot. Let's see. In the end, they were 17 of 27 on free throws. Almost all of them in the overtime after they pulled ahead. Indiana State shot 43 free throws.
Well, there you have it.
Holy cow!
They were 30 of 43. Total foul numbers, let's see if I can find those. Bradley had, 19 fouls, and no, it was the other way around. Indiana State had 19 fouls called on him. Bradley 29 personal fouls called on him.
Wow.
And Bradley's not a overly physical team, so it just seemed out of balance that every time Indiana
What kind
State.
of fouls were they? When they were shooting?
No,
or?
where the Indiana State player would drive into the lane, drive right into the Bradley defender, and they would call it a blocking foul on Bradley. On the other end, it seemed like it always went the other way. It was
So
on-
Indiana State shot 43 free throws, you're saying,
Yes.
and Bradley shot how many?
Well, 27, but going into the overtime, I think they only had like 13 or 12 for the regulation part of the game. They just were not getting to the free throw line. But yeah, in the overtime, they shot a bunch of them down the stretch because they had taken the lead, and Indiana State was fouling intentionally to try to get back in the game. You take away those 6 or 8 free throws down the stretch there that were intentional fouls, it was even a much more lopsided foul shooting number. But yeah, I mean, again, you hate when you win, you just don't want to make an issue of the officiating. But it was bad.
Yeah, the Valley has had a reputation of lousy officiating over the years. I have watched a lot of games. I've watched on television out west, the Big 12, the ACC, et cetera, and the Big Ten allows a lot of physicality, and so does some of the Eastern conferences, for that matter. But they're consistent. The Missouri Valley has not been consistent.
And even within a game, you'll see that inconsistency. There'll be stretches where they'll seem to allow a lot of physical contact, not blow the whistle, and then at other times, especially very crucial parts of the game, they'll blow a whistle where there's just almost insignificant contact.
I think the problem is they're not paying enough money to attract people. You know, officiating is a very difficult. I'll never forget, as a young kid, I went to the Caterpillar games at the Bradley Field House in the Industrial League. You remember, at Phillips 66 and Fort Wayne Pistons, I think they called them. And any rate, when the game was over, me and my buddy went and had something to eat at the Downey Flake. And the Caterpillar game was over. They used to play Sunday afternoon. And a guy came in and sat down next to me and ordered something, including a cup of coffee. And when she set the cup of coffee down, the guy picked the cup up and his hand was shaking. And I said, boy, that guy's a nervous wreck. And I looked at him a little closer. He was a referee in the game that just ended. So it is a highly stressful job to be an official.
You never did that? You never officiated anything? I mean, like a sports event.
Yeah. I umpired a Journal Star baseball league, and I did a little
behind the plate?
Oh no.
No? Okay.
No, we didn't have, and I did everything. I did the balls and strikes behind the pitcher, and called plays at first, second, third, and home.
Wow.
$2 a game.
Well,
How much do you think officials in the Missouri Valley get?
I'm going to guess around $150,000 a year.
What?
I'm talking per game.
Per game?
Because they vary in the number of games that they'll do in a year. Some guys will do 20 games a month.
I'm gonna say $1,000 a game. I'm gonna guess
almost every night.
$1,000 a game.
Well, that's really very close. It could have changed, but about 3 or 4 years ago, they announced that they paid $1,000 to 2 of the officials, and then there's an official called the lead official. He got $1,500. But then, in addition, they pay all the travel expenses, the hotel, meal stipends. So it could be much more. It's probably closer.
I could do that.
2,000 per game.
I could wear a striped shirt for that.
Yeah.
I'd look good in stripes.
Have you ever been called a lot of profane, obscene names?
Yeah, people have yelled at me about stuff.
We've done that to you behind your back.
Right here. Yeah, right here.
No.
Have you ever done any of that, Doc? Have you ever? No?
I've never officiated anything.
I was going to do that. I asked a buddy of mine when our kids were in high school. I said, hey, let's go be, umpires or whatever, and do the football games. And
I've never done football because I didn't understand
we'll
that
run the
game.
chains or something, and we never did do it. But,
my son, when his grandson was playing in high school at Centennial in Champaign, my son was a linesman, and he said it was hard being a linesman because you wanted your son's team to win, and if an official made a bad call, he had to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
And I've told the story. We were over for a football game in Normal when Chris was playing football. He was a tight end, and there were some bad calls by the homers, the referees who live in Normal and Bloomington. And I was kind of outspoken, so was my son and a couple other fans. And the officials came over and told the coach, you better tell your fans to shut up or we're going to call a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. So the kids are getting penalized for youth. So the coach turned around and yelled up to we fans in the stands, knock it off or you're going to cost us the game. And my son turned to me and said, Dad, you need to be quiet. He was yelling as much as I was. I said, that's not fair. But I shut up on that. At any rate, that's sports.
Yep, that's sports. Find out more on BradleyFans.com, and it was quite a game.
When did it end? What time? And as you know, as a physician, when you watch an exciting game, when you go to sleep, you're still agitated.
Yeah, there's still adrenaline flowing.
Yeah.
No, the game started at 6 p.m., 7 p.m.
Because they're on Eastern time.
In Terre Haute, or on Eastern time. But this was part of the Missouri Valley TV network, so it was followed at 8 p.m. our time by the Indiana State Southern Illinois game. I'm sorry, the Illinois State Southern Illinois game. But the Bradley game, because it went 3 overtimes, went about 45 minutes over the normal end time of the game, and wiped out the entire first half that people might have wanted to watch. So I don't know if the Illinois State and Southern Illinois fans that were tuning in to watch that game
Real happy about that.
didn't see any of the first half because they stayed with the Bradley game.
Wow.
It did not end until about 8:45, almost 9 o'clock.
Well, that's not too bad for you.
Oh, no, because it was an early start our time. It was a 6 p.m. start our time.
So ISU had a game.
So ISU also had a game, and they won at Southern Illinois 75-68. So
so
they
that
start
was a good
1-0
game.
in the season. And, of course, Southern Illinois is the team that Bradley plays next on Sunday. They'll be looking to bounce back, but that's a game I think Bradley can win. Southern Illinois is not the strongest team this year in the league, although they have played pretty well. And they're coached by Scott Nagy. I don't know if you remember that name.
I do
He's the
remember
son
that.
of, I think, was it Dick Nagy who was the...
Or Steve.
He was an assistant for a long time under Lou Henson at Illinois.
Okay.
And head coach elsewhere for a long time. And Scott now has had terrific success, most recently at South Dakota State and Wright State, and now he's at Southern Illinois.
Okay. All right, there you have it. And, we want to make it official. A little reminder, we have this big Christmas show coming up tomorrow afternoon. Terry, what do you have?
Well, we invite you to our Christmas show tomorrow afternoon at the Deer Creek Baptist Church starting at 2 p.m. We'll provide Christmas readings, music, some humor by Eddie Parker, and of course the piano artistry of Pastor Steve Evans, and more. It's all free, and we guarantee if you weren't in the Christmas mood when you walk in the quaint and lovely little country church, you will be when you leave an hour later. But whether you come or not, have a Merry Christmas.
Now, you got that. And that's our wish to everybody.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a lot of presents, we wish you a lot of presents, we wish you a lot of presents and a lot of good cheer. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And at 6:30, let's get into the news and the weather, brought to you by Steve Sink, managing partner of PHX Affiliates. Steve has been a business broker for over 20 years. He knows business. He's been helping people with the sale or purchase of a business. And you can receive today at 309-696-8508. Terry has our headlines.
Well, as you may know, earlier this week we reported 59-year-old Eric Burlingame of Hopedale was missing. Unfortunately, he's been found dead in an area of heavy snowfall, said Tazewell coroner Charles Hanley. An autopsy will be performed this afternoon to determine exact cause of death. Arson was the cause of a house fire at 2314 North Ellis around midnight Wednesday night. A resident of the house was able to escape without injury. Damage estimated at $40,000. 2 more period teens have been arrested for a variety of crimes. One was 16, grabbed by police and charged with 2 counts of vehicular hijacking, and a 17-year-old for possession of a stolen vehicle. A single plane crash at the Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina has claimed the lives of NASCAR champion driver Greg Biffle, his wife, 2 children, and 3 others. Apparently, the Cessna C-550 business jet developed engine trouble shortly after taking off. Officials said the plane was attempting to return to the airport when it went down. It was headed for the Bahamas. Biffa was a licensed pilot holding licenses for single-engine, multi-engine airplanes, and even helicopters. FAA records reveal he had just received his private pilot's recertification in March of this year. We'll talk about the tragic crash with former Southwest and fighter pilot Dick Crane at 6:30 this morning. The gunman, who was wanted for the killing of 2 Brown University students and the wounding of 9 others, has been found dead in a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire. He's been identified as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot. Brown University officials said Valente was a student at the school from 2000 to 2001. The investigation continues with a strong belief he may also have shot and killed a professor at MIT in Brookline, Massachusetts. We'll talk with Peoria Defense Attorney Kevin Sullivan at 7:30 this morning.
Yeah, as a follow-up, they are now making it definite that he did go and shoot and kill the
Yeah, that's
professor.
what I heard too. They're
Yes.
pretty sure that he did. They had a connection from years ago. Strange, very strange. That Milwaukee judge was found guilty of she helped an illegal immigrant to escape waiting federal immigration officers by slipping him out of the courthouse through her office chambers. Judge Hannah Dugan is accused of 2 counts of obstruction charges. There's more good economic news. The Bureau of Labor announced yesterday that inflation dropped to 2.7%. The White House responded after the lower marks seemed to disappoint some economists who had predicted a higher inflation number. President Trump reported the night before that inflation was dropping, and so it did, to the lowest level in almost 5 years. Prices for many grocery items are lower, as are costs for medicine, gas, airfare, car rental, and hotels. And those are the headlines, Roger.
Well, the enrollment for Medicare has come and gone. However, if you didn't get hooked up with a plan or an insurance company or a consultant, think about contacting Sam Lilly. Sam Lilly and Associates, he's been around for over 40 years. He knows insurance. He certainly knows about Medicare as well. You can reach Sam Lilly today if you have any questions. Maybe you signed up and you want to get out of it. He can help you do that as well at 309-245-4374. The number again, 245-4374.
Mostly sunny today, Roger. Windy, very windy. High 30. It'll feel like it's, 8 to 2 below. It just feels horrible. Tonight, partly cloudy and windy with rising temperatures. Overnight low reaching about 33. Not bad. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high 44. That'll be nice. Tomorrow night, low 20s. Sunday, sunny and 33. Monday, sunny and 42. Right now, it's a very, very chilly 15 degrees. And with that wind, give me that, how's that do that? It freezes your brain or something?
Brain freeze?
Almost gives you a headache. A brain freeze from the outside in instead of from the inside out.
Wind chill is well below 0.
Yeah, it's...
I wonder what the weather is like in Florida. Well, we'll find out. Dick Crane, Jacksonville, Florida is on the line, the Sunshine State. Good morning, Dick.
Hey, good morning, Roger.
Thanks for joining us this morning. I don't know if you followed very closely the unfortunate crash of a jet engine type airplane. I think they call it a business jet.
The Cessna C-550.
Yes, in North Carolina and Statesville Regional Airport. Did you pick up any of the details about that unfortunate crash?
I saw briefly on TV what you guys have seen. Anytime you have a crash, it's unfortunate, that's for sure. And I looked at that. A couple things I didn't really have an answer to. Apparently they flew to one airport and got gas to go down to Jamaica, I think, or somewhere like that.
Bahamas, yeah.
Which seemed kind of odd unless they couldn't take, I guess there were 7 people on board, luggage and everything, so they got a weight and balance issue maybe, and can't take a full load of fuel, so they had to stop somewhere to get fuel, where maybe there's a longer runway. and they can fill up. I don't know the specifics, but when I looked at the accident, it just showed the fireball. But I was looking at the weather, and it looked like it was, one of those mornings where it's low visibility and maybe a little foggy, away from the ground, just like mist, and that can be very vertigo-inducing. So the first thought I had was, look, maybe vertigo, and then, any number of things, but it's hard to speculate on that.
Go ahead, Dick, I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I know when John Kennedy Jr. died, watching what that airplane did, it was classic vertigo. And everybody that flies airplanes has had vertigo, and it's something you have to learn to overcome. And I just thought maybe that was the issue.
Well, one of the things I raised with you was they said that he had been licensed in March of this year, and apparently it was kind of a recertification because he had been licensed for single-engine, multi-engine, and helicopters, and indeed he flew some helicopters during the flooding of Hurricane
Helene.
Helene, exactly right, and he won great praise because he was able to take supplies into hard-to-reach communities. So apparently he didn't. He stopped flying for a while, but I'm going to call it the news media didn't, but relicense. There is a requirement, is there not, about how often you have to fly in order to be able to continue to fly?
There is, and you have to stay current for two reasons. One, to meet the FAA legality, but the most important one is that flying is a perishable skill. And it's not something like riding a bike that you can not do for a long period of time and then get back on, and it's all the same. It's not. It's one of those things that you have to continue to practice and hone your skills, because if you're not flying for a period of time, again, it's a perishable skill, and you're not going to be anywhere near as proficient as you would have been if you were doing it over and over.
Now, you haven't flown for, what, a year now?
A little over a year, yes.
Yeah,
my
'cause
last flight was...
A year ago this month, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Do you, I know I've asked this question before. You have to miss it because there is a certain, I'll call it a high, that you get to get into a jet plane, whether it's a Southwest airplane or a fighter jet that you flew with the Navy, what, F-18s, F-16, et cetera?
F-18, yes.
Okay. And you have to miss that.
I'll tell you what, I'll never talk bad about it because I was blessed with a great career. And I had a best of both worlds. I got to fly fighters and fly for the airlines. And, I always said that flying fighters was the most exciting flying I'd ever done, except for 2 days a month. And that was the 5th and the 20th, the days we got paid when I was with the airlines. Those days were more exciting. But it was the best of both worlds, and I was really blessed to have flown the F-18 when it was brand new, and flew that my entire career. But after having flown in Desert Storm and accomplished a lot of things there, and then, almost 31 years at Southwest, I really don't miss it at all.
Really?
Time to keep your feet in the ground, huh?
Yeah. I love being home, and being home is, I don't have a desire. I think I mentioned this to you before. People said, "Hey, do you fly free?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." They go, "Where do you go?" And I go, "Nowhere. I stay home." Because I like it, And it was so many years of not being home or not being able to go to the concert I wanted to go to, or, just any number of things, dance recitals or Little League baseball games and all that stuff that you love to do, that if you had a normal job, I'll say, where you work, 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock or whatever, you don't miss those things. And you also have time to take the garbage out and go to a doctor's appointment here or there, or go to the vet or whatever. But as an airline guy, you know, it a lot of people think it's glamorous, which it is in a lot of ways, but it's also not in a lot of ways as well, because you have all that stuff to do when you have your 4 days off or 3 days off when you get home. So, you know, there's goods and others about everything. So, but, you know, again, to answer your question, I don't miss it. I have the thrill of it. I left a long time ago because flying for the airline, there was really no thrill there. It was just driving around, and you're driving around and taking people where they want to go, and that's where you get your satisfaction there.
Yeah, but I know a little bit about Dick Crane, and I know that there was a time when you got into that F-18 and you took off, and then you pulled, I don't know, the throttle or whatever, and went up in a steep climb and had the thrill that you had that jet engine burning gas like it's never been burned before, because you did it because you could. And that had to give you a high. It's kind of like being on I-74 at 1 in the morning and knowing that nobody is out, and you push it up to 90 miles. I did that one night. And I looked down and I said, I'm doing 90 miles an hour, where you probably were doing 900 miles an hour. And it was a thrill.
Well, it's all relative. Yeah. And just to make a little correction there, you don't pull the throttle back when you pull straight up. You go full throttle forward, because that's
no wonder my car.
There you go.
I was doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I hit the brake instead of the accelerator.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, hey, and just to tell you a real quick story, it has nothing to do with flying, but a good buddy of mine is a neurologist, and he's 83 years old. And he has, we were comparing cars, and he has this Mac Daddy Mercedes S-Class twin Pro, and he's 83 years old. And I asked him, I go, how fast have you had that thing? And he goes, I wanted to see how fast it would go, but I chickened out about 150 miles an hour on the interstate down here.
Wow.
And I thought, man, when I'm 83, I hope I'm doing that too.
Wow.
Dr. Sidler does that every day when he leaves the show.
Yeah, I love that, Doc. You be careful and let me know how it was. Yeah, now that's the thrill right there. That's the thrill.
Yeah.
Because it's all relative. You know, when you're flying a jet, you don't really have anything to reference your speed. Now, a lot of times as you're down low, there may be a cloud layer, and you might be, that goes right up to 5,000 feet, and you might be right at the top of that. And there you can really reference what the speed is. But otherwise, you really don't ever feel it again until you land. And you know how people will say, why do you speed up when you land? Well, you don't speed up, you're actually slower. But now you have something to judge your speed on, the relative speed, by, you know, how fast you're going against the ground.
Yeah, but you feel that G-force, right? I mean, the more that is, the faster you're going, right?
Well, actually, it's slowing you down from what you're doing, because you're bleeding off energy when you're under heavy G. And you know, that's one of those things, too, you can't just go out and do. You kind of have to, it's like an acquired taste. You have to work at it and practice to build your G tolerance up. But, yeah, you're going fast when you first start pulling G. But then as you pull that G, it's loading the airplane up, so you're dissipating energy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say next.
You followed the bouncing ball, didn't you? I understand. Well, God love you, and Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Many blessings on you, and look forward to chatting with you again.
Well, Merry Christmas to you guys, too. And I'd just like to say, you know, pray for the Biffle family. That is such a tragedy, and you hate to see a guy that has had a successful career, and he's doing so much for other people.
Yep.
Apparently, the hurricane victims, like you guys mentioned, just dedicating his life to helping other people, and to suffer that tragedy is heartbreaking.
Yes,
So
it is.
anyway, yeah. Well, I love you guys, and Merry Christmas, and I sure appreciate you having me on. You guys have a great day.
You bet. Thank you, Dick. Thank you, Dick. You bet. Dick Crane graduated from Emmanuel Polytech and Bradley University, and gosh, I don't know how many years he was in the U.S. Navy as a fighter pilot, but
Big flying
always a joy to chat with him. Weather-wise, what's the high today, Mr. Weather Guy?
Well, the high today is only going to be about 31, but with the wind chill, it's going to seem like 8 below, maybe 2 below or something. So that's stay out of the wind. I don't know if I can do that.
And what do we have right now? 15?
Yeah, 15. I don't know what that makes the wind chill about. I'm sure negative, isn't it?
Yeah, last I looked, it was minus 11.
Minus
But
11.
that's dependent on the wind, and I don't
Oh,
know
that
if
wind is
if it's
terrible.
died down any, maybe, I don't know.
I did my best to try to drive into the lobby of the building. I got it.
Yeah, I know you were a little close.
Yeah. I thought, you know what?
It must be cold.
I don't. Yeah, you got
Walk
that
around
for
your car to
that.
get in the door, and then go over to your hood to get in the door.
All right, this day in history, boys and girls, and we're going to do
real
the
early
weekend. Yeah, we're a little early, and it's never too early to ask questions on this day, December 18th. No, that was yesterday. This is the 19th, Roger.
Yep.
1917, something began for the first time in this country, and it's a sports question, if that will help you out.
Right on top of this.
Seems
Yeah, I know.
seems like yesterday we had a 1917 question.
Let's see, yesterday was 1865, so you were close.
But the day before, if you could, can you go back 2 days?
No, I can't.
Remember there was, what was it?
I was always told to move forward.
Okay. Sports question.
Yes.
December 7,
December
19th.
19th, 1917.
Is it football related?
No,
Boxing?
Oh,
no,
it's got to be baseball.
no.
Oh.
Not in December.
Basketball?
Oh.
Well,
maybe a
don't
new
question
rule or
him.
something.
He's an authority on sports. He follows it very closely.
Yeah. I'm right there.
Olympics?
No,
Winter Olympics? No?
Skiing.
no,
Curling.
no.
I'm just trying to.
You named it.
Pull
You
something weird.
reprimanded him because
Oh.
he did not know that in December there's no baseball.
Hockey.
Yes,
Oh.
It was the start of the National Hockey League.
that is correct.
Oh. Good, Doc.
Began its first season. How many teams?
4.
That is correct. Nice goal.
I pulled that one out.
You pulled that one out of your, you know what. The first professional ice hockey league was named what?
It was Canadian teams.
Toronto?
It was
What was not named after any city.
North American Hockey
Well, you're
Association.
close to it. What do you usually call a number of teams or organizations that get together
League.
from different countries?
Conference.
Well, you're on the right track.
Group. Gaggle.
Yeah. Gaggle would not
Murder.
be.
No, that's
That's
crows.
Association?
I think there was a baseball league that had this as its first title. Okay, I'll help you out. It starts with the letter I.
Institution.
Close. When you have a bunch of countries get together,
Irritating.
well,
Yeah.
if you have a,
Something
let me put it this way, a bunch of national countries.
International.
International.
Very good.
International.
International Pro Hockey League, founded in 1904. What state was it founded in? It was a Midwestern state.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Very good, but incorrect.
Correct.
Starts with the letter M.
Michigan.
Minnesota. Or Michigan.
Michigan. but it folded. Two bigger leagues emerged in Canada, the National Hockey Association and the Coast League?
Atlantic.
No, my brother pitched in this.
Pacific.
Yes, Pacific Coast League. In 1914, the
yes.
two leagues played a championship series, and the winner was awarded the famous Silver Bowl, known as the
Stanley
Stanley
Cup.
Cup.
Stanley Cup. Very good.
Who
Anyway,
was Stanley?
Lord Stanley. He was from Vancouver,
Oh, really?
Canada.
He was
I
a hockey
thought-
player, or
No, he
No.
was a royal. He was a
okay.
governor, I think, of British
Okay.
Columbia or something like that.
well, I thought he
and he
was.
drank a lot out of cups or something, or how do they?
No.
Punch Bowl.
Huh?
It was
What
Punch
did you
bowl?
think he was?
Yeah. I thought he was part of that. Those two comedians, Stanley and Laurel.
Stan
was
and Laurel
one, yeah.
Hardy? No.
All right, let's go on to the next day, December 20th, tomorrow, Saturday, 1989. Speaking of international, the United States did something on December 20th, 1989, internationally.
And this one is not sports related, is it?
No, it is not.
Did they build something, or help
No.
build something?
No. No?
89.
Is it involve an organization or a government?
Yes.
A government organization.
Yes.
Does it involve the CIA?
Probably, but that's not the correct answer.
Probably.
I will help you out a little bit because I see you all have that quizzical look on your face. Faces. It was military action.
In 89, and it could have been the CIA, so it was some kind of an op.
Was it
They were
in-
after somebody.
In the Caribbean?
Yes.
Was it Grenada?
No.
That was 1989.
Would have been the Falklands.
No.
Cuba?
Oh, who'd we sneak up on that one time? And we snuck up on them for like 6 weeks. And they,
Nicaragua.
No.
Hussein.
Was it Panama?
I guess it was Falkland, no.
What was that?
Panama.
Yes.
Did we imprison Noriega?
Well, close to it, but what did we? We invaded Panama.
We invaded Panama.
Yes. In an attempt to defeat who?
Marcos.
No. I think you said it earlier.
Wasn't it
Noriega.
Noriega, the
Noriega, yes,
president
that's what
of
he said,
Panama?
yeah.
Correct. And restore the democratically elected government of who? If you get this one, I mean, you deserve a new Cadillac. Or used one.
Yeah, I don't remember who.
Guillermo Endara. I knew you wouldn't.
No way.
Everybody knew that.
Famous
U.S.
Obama.
forces plan to arrest Noriega on drug trafficking charges. Nearly 26,000 U.S. combat troops were deployed to the area to attack 24 targets throughout the country. The operation lasted just over a month, and U.S. forces were successful in capturing the guy.
Noriega. The guy. That guy. That dude. That Venezuelan dude.
Now, is there something going on today that's similar to this that people are getting out of breath over?
Would that be Venezuela?
Yes, exactly right. So just remember what happened in 1989 and who was president then?
That was still
Well,
Reagan.
George H.W. Bush.
Oh.
I don't have the answer. I'm
No,
just
it
asking
was
the
the
question.
first Bush.
Oh, the first Bush?
I think
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah. So remember that as you get heavy on Donald Trump and the drug king
The fishing boats?
in Venezuela. Yeah. And these survivors, these guys are bad guys
Survivors.
bringing drugs to kill our kids. All right, let's go to December 21st, 1968. An important event took place, big time.
Big time event. Was it in the United States?
Initially,
Was it weather related?
No, it was not.
It's not the Heidi game then. Let's see.
I just gave you a clue, but I don't think you
What
picked
year
up
was
on it.
68?
68.
And was it a conflict of some kind?
No?
And it was in the United States
Initially,
initially.
Yeah.
whatever that means.
Well, that's a clue. A very important clue. Examine what I just said.
I do. I always try to parse your words.
Parse it there,
Okay. I don't know. That's my job. All right, here's another clue. Think theater.
Theater.
Think theater.
Like theater?
Yes.
Is it a specific play that this
No.
is regarding?
No. I use that as a clue for the answer.
You're not talking about a theater of in a war. You're not talking about that type of
No,
theater.
no.
You're talking about a stage
I'm
theater.
thinking, here's this is a very important clue. I'm thinking of a theater in Peoria.
The Apollo.
Yes! What about it?
Oh, so
Well, you don't have to get huffy.
The Apollo in Harlem.
The what?
The Apollo Theater in
it
Harlem.
can't be the Peoria.
No. No.
you're not talking about the spacecraft, the
Yes.
Apollo, are you?
Oh.
Yes, I am, but you
In
aren't.
'68,
He's throwing us off with this theater thing.
Yeah.
But it is Apollo
Okay, so
It's Apollo,
Apollo mission.
yeah, it's
Well,
Apollo 8.
Apollo 8 is correct.
and they went. And what did they do? What did that one do? And who
Well,
was
it was the first one to circle the moon.
That is right.
They didn't land. It wasn't
Departed
until-
for a moon orbit.
And they got lost on the other
Blasted
side.
off.
Not lost, but there was no
well, they lose
communication.
radio control.
Yeah.
Yes, contact.
That was
It left from where?
Cape Canaveral.
was Tom Hanks.
So you
right?
could see why, yeah, you could see why when you said, was it in the United States, and I said what?
Oh,
Initially.
Initially.
yeah,
Yes.
okay,
Okay.
all right.
So that was a clue.
All right. You're having fun yourself. with
Yes,
this,
I
aren't you?
am, yes, because I wouldn't know how to answer. And it became the first what mission to the moon?
The first
Manned?
orbital.
That's right, first manned mission.
Manned.
Although they would not land on the lunar, I love it, surface. Who were the astronauts? And there were 3 of them.
Is it Jaffe?
Gus Grissom.
Incorrect.
No.
Jaffe, White?
No.
No, Jaffe, White, and Griffin. They were
No,
the other.
no.
That was the other.
Cernan.
Who?
Gene Cernan.
No,
That was Tom Hanks, wasn't it?
no.
Yes, it was. In the movie, it was.
Oh.
I'll give the first name, Frank.
Anderson.
Last name, Incense. No, that's
No,
for Christmas.
That's wrong. That's
Um,
wrong.
Frank Borman.
Frank Borman.
The other was James.
Earl Jones.
What do we?
James
what,
Griffin?
what do we
James-
love
James
to give
Jaffe?
people during the holidays?
Gifts.
Yes, but nothing
Griffin.
tangible.
Goodwill.
Cash.
What do you have for your wife today?
Well, can't say it on the air.
Well, James Lovell
Oh,
James
Lovell.
Lovell,
Oh, yeah.
and William.
Shatner. Well, he was in a lot of space stuff.
Yeah, he
William,
was space,
yeah,
yeah.
this is going downhill fast, folks. William Anders became the first humans to orbit the moon, as Americans witnessed on television. The astronauts were also the first to see what?
The dark side of the
The
moon.
dark side of the moon, and they're seeing the dark side
You
of
know,
their
that'd be
shows today.
scary as hell.
On
They
July
lost
Well, it's not
20th,
always dark.
Well, no, but I mean, they lost communication. They didn't know what was really going to happen. And how long were they without communication? It was like an hour or something, wasn't it? Or it wasn't like seconds, I don't think.
No.
Could have been minutes,
I don't
I
think it was
guess.
an hour, but it was, yeah.
It was long enough to make me go nuts.
Is that really the mission where they say, Houston, we have a problem? Is that the?
I don't
commission?
know.
I thought
okay,
that's it.
final question. On July 20th, 1969, what mission would become the first manned mission to land
That was
on?
11.
That was correct. Number 11, Apollo 11 is You did good, kids. You did really
One
good.
small
That
step
was
for
well
man,
done.
one giant
Yeah,
leap for
you got it.
mankind.
All right, we have news and weather and sports, a little bit of everything, and we apologize to the
45
people
minutes
who are trying to listen
of
on
radio.
the radio, and I3 Broadband, again, has not been able to put us on the
We're
air.
just on YouTube,
So we're just on YouTube.
so they
Right.
can see us and hear us.
Yes.
So it's
On-
not like
on
radio where
YouTube.
they just see us. We have to keep our clothes
Exactly
on.
right.
Okay.
Exactly right. And in the next hour, we're going to talk to Kevin Sullivan about the solving of the murders and the wounding of students at Brown University and the professor at MIT. Ghastly details. And we'll talk to Kevin Sullivan coming up, so stay tuned. But first, news, weather, sports. Stay tuned. And a pleasant good morning, everybody. And it is a good morning on this Friday. It's hard to believe, December 19th. And we begin with a check of the weather. And it's brought to you by your hometown community banks, Division of Morton Community Bank, 46 wonderful, friendly, convenient locations throughout central Illinois. Look for the clock tower, and you'll know they have time for you. Member FDIC.
Mostly sunny, but very windy. High 30 today, but it's going to feel like 8 to 2 below. It's kind of headache cold outside. Tonight, partly cloudy and windy with rising temperatures. Low overnight low reaching 33. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high 44. Kind of a nice day. Tomorrow night, low 20. Sunday, sunny, 33. Monday, sunny, 42. Right now, 15, and the wind chill is below zeros.
It's cold.
Cold.
No
Bundle up.
question about it. Bundle up is right. Now the news, brought to you by certified public accountant and tax specialist. Of course, we're talking about Matt Wall. He's with Gordon Stockman Wall. I've argued on his behalf. I think it should be known as Wall, Gordon, and Stockman.
Yes,
But
I do too.
so far, no change
We
on
could do
that.
that for him.
Yeah, we could. That would be a good Christmas gift to Matt. Say, now the news brought to you by Wall, Gordon, and Stockman.
I'll take a spray can out to his office and redo the sign.
Okay, you do that, and be sure to tell me so I can make sure I'm nowhere near where you are. Anyway, you can reach Matt today, who wants to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. His phone number 309-692-4030. Now the news with Terry.
Ear-
Yes.
Earlier this
You
week.
guys miss rehearsal at
even rehearsed
4:30. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. And
earlier this week we reported 59-year-old Eric Burlingame of Hopedale was missing. Well, unfortunately, he's been found dead in an area of heavy snowfall, said Tazewell Coroner Charles Hanley. An autopsy will be performed this afternoon to determine exact cause of death.
Arson was the cause of a house fire at 2314 North Ellis. Around midnight Wednesday night, a resident at the house was able to escape without injury. Damage estimated about $40,000.
2 more Peoria teens have been arrested for a variety of crimes. One was 16, grabbed by police and charged with 2 counts of vehicular hijacking, and a 17-year-old for possession of a stolen vehicle.
A terrible single plane crash at the Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina has claimed the lives of NASCAR champion driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 children and 3 others. Apparently, the Cessna C-550 business jet developed engine trouble shortly after taking off. Officials said the plane was attempting to return to the airport when it went down. It was headed to the Bahamas.
Biffa was a licensed pilot holding licenses for single-engine, multi-engine airplanes, and helicopters. He became heavily involved in disaster relief after Hurricane Helene, flying helicopters to deliver supplies to hard-to-reach communities in North Carolina and Tennessee. FAA records reveal he had just received his private pilot's recertification in March of this year and commented he was excited to get back flying again. We talked to Dick Crane earlier this morning, who was a former Southwest pilot, and he also flew fighter
Flew the
jets for the
F-18
Navy.
jets. He flew
Yep.
fast. Good economic news. The Bureau of Labor announced yesterday that inflation dropped 2.7%. That comes after inflation reached 9% under Joe Biden. The White House responded after the lower mark disappointed some economists who had predicted a higher inflation number. President Trump reported the night before that inflation was dropping, and so it did, to the lowest level in almost 5 years. Prices for many grocery items are lower, as are costs for medicine, gas, airfare, car rental, and hotels. Things are a little better.
Oh, you want the phone number?
The media's response was, wait a minute. The New York Times, without evidence, said the drop likely reflects distortions caused by the government shutdown. ABC said the lower number ends months-long acceleration of price increases, offering relief for households strained by cost hikes. And NBC said it's a positive sign for consumers on its face. However, November's data was collected later than normal. However, Harvard economist Ken Rogoff said on CNN the inflation report is good news and there's no other way to spin it. But that didn't stop the media from trying.
That Milwaukee judge will learn today whether she's guilty of helping an illegal immigrant to escape, waiting federal immigration officers by slipping out of the courthouse.
Actually, she was already found guilty.
Okay, why don't you do that story?
We've already covered it. Anyway.
Okay, I mean, you know what? I'm just going
But
to
you
reset.
need-
I've got this other one.
Yeah, you
Hey,
got the
let me
other
do
one.
this one.
Yeah.
I've got this one here. How about this? The gunman who was wanted for the killing of 2 Brown University students and the wounding of 9 others has been found dead in a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire. He's been identified as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot. Brown University officials said Valente was a student at the high school from 2000 to 2001. The investigation continues with a strong belief. In fact, they're pretty sure that he also killed the professor at MIT in
right.
Brookline, Massachusetts.
Did any of you watch the news
did.
conferences that they held in Providence? I get a big kick out of the mayor of the city, but that's another story for another time. They really provided all kinds of details. It is...
When they were looking for the guy?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they were tracking down all kinds of leads, and but they broke this not because of what they were doing. They broke it because of the help of
Doorbell cameras.
but there was a
rings.
guy.
Yeah, and the homeless
there was a guy, a homeless guy, followed him, and
Really?
and finally the killer took off running to get away from the homeless guy. But police were very complimentary and praised this guy because he's the one that really broke the case.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he is.
congratulations
He
to
kept
him.
calling and say, hey, you know, you want
Yeah.
to check this out? And they well, then he kept persisting. And he
Yeah,
said, no,
yes,
you
he
know, I've
did.
seen this. I've been next to him.
Yeah.
I've done this.
It-
Pay
it was-
attention.
it was absolutely fascinating
Wow.
to hear what went on. The guy is, well, you can't say a hero because
Well, yeah,
obviously
I
he
mean,
didn't
he's-
stop the killing.
He's a good
And,
guy, a
well,
very
you
good
know,
guy.
But
He didn't have
kudos-
a cape, so maybe he
kudos to
wasn't
the
a hero.
homeless
He didn't
guy.
have a cape on.
Okay, any other stories you're
Nope,
following?
nope, that's
That
it.
should be it. All right, let's check in with WCBU this morning.
From the WCBU Newsroom, I'm Ben Howell. Peoria has approved a 2-year charter extension for the City-County Joint Commission on Racial Justice and Equity. The commission was originally formed in 2020. City Council members John Kelly and Dennis Sear questioned what the commission has accomplished so far. Mayor Rita Ali noted the commission presents an annual report each year. Councilmember Bernice Gordon-Young offers another suggestion.
Have any of you attended any of these meetings to see what they are about, because I think firsthand that'll really give you a great idea.
The RJE Commission's responsibilities include developing and suggesting coordinated strategies to reduce inequity. A new 3-megawatt community solar farm on Brimfield School District property is the first project of its kind in Illinois. Jubilee Solar recently held a grand opening for the 5,400-panel renewable energy generator. The project was developed through the Illinois Shines Public Schools and is the state's first solar installment built on public school land. The Brimfield School District is the solar farm's anchor subscriber. That enrollment is projected to offset the district's energy costs by more than $22,000 each year. The new head of the Illinois Farm Bureau says one of the factors that led to the defeat of his incumbent opponent is a lawsuit the Farm Bureau filed against the national group, the American Farm Bureau Federation. Illinois Farm Bureau President Philip Nelson says he wants to resolve the suit, but declines to offer specifics yet.
I think I need to hear their side of it first. I think the first step is sitting down across the table and talking and seeing where we're at.
The lawsuit is about the end of a requirement for country insurance policyholders to have an Illinois Farm Bureau membership. And Illinois lawmakers decide in a few weeks whether people in prison will get physical mail again. The Illinois Department of Corrections has adopted a temporary policy to scan all mail and send digital versions to incarcerated people. Annette Douglas coordinates holiday card writing campaigns to incarcerated people through the Education Justice Project at the University of Illinois.
I saw them bringing bags of it home, so it was something that they kept, and it meant something to them.
The Maine Corrections Officer Union pushed for the policy. I'm Ben Howell.
Now with sports, here's Dr. Gene Sidler with the latest. Good morning, Gino.
Good morning, everyone. And here's the sports report, and it's mostly good news. The Bradley men won last night, beating Indiana State 108-99 in 3 overtimes. Great game. Bradley jumped out to an early 17-4 lead. Looked like they were going to cruise through that game, but then they stalled, and Indiana State came back and ended up with a 5-point halftime lead, 41-36. The game stayed close throughout the second half, and it appeared Bradley was on the verge of winning. At the end of regulation, they held a 3-point lead with just a second left on the clock. But a three-quarter court miracle shot by Indiana State tied the game and sent it to overtime. It ended up going into a third overtime as the game remained close through the first and second overtimes. And in the third overtime, Bradley freshman Montana Wheeler, along with sophomore Timothy Vanderknapp and senior Alex Hubricks, came up big, and the Braves finally opened a lead that they would hold on to for the 108-99 win. Bradley starts the Missouri Valley Conference season 1-0, and they improved to 8-4 overall with their 5th straight win. They'll play again Sunday at home in Carver Arena at 1 p.m. against Southern Illinois University. That game on ESPN+. Bradley women won last night as well. That's their 3rd win in a row. They beat Southern Illinois University 64-47 up on campus in the Renaissance Coliseum. Bradley defense held the Southern Illinois team to just 29% shooting and only 1 of 13 from the three-point line to improve to 7-4 on the season. They start the Missouri Valley 1-0 as well. They'll play Sunday on the road in their final non-conference game of the season at Northern Kentucky University. That game at 1:30 p.m. on the ESPN Plus streaming network. It'll also be on WIRL Radio with Ed Hammond doing the radio play-by-play. And Illinois, they next play on Monday, December 22, when they play Missouri in the annual bragging rights game at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis. NFL game last night, the Thursday night football game, was a really good one. Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, 2 teams tied at the top of the NFC West division. The Rams held a 16-point lead midway through the 4th quarter, but Seattle stormed back with 2 touchdowns and scoring a 2-point conversion on both of them to tie the game at 30-30 at the end of regulation. In the overtime period, the Rams surged ahead 37-30, but the Seahawks came back, had a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to pull ahead for the 38-37 win in a really exciting ending to that game. Chicago Bears, they're 10-4 in the season. They play a nationally televised game tomorrow night, Saturday night, against the Green Bay Packers at 7:20 p.m. on the Fox Network in the battle for the NFC North Division. And in college football, there's 4 college football playoff games this weekend. One of them tonight, Alabama versus Oklahoma. and then 3 more tomorrow to finish that first round, and then the second round that brings in the top 4 teams, Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech. Those games are December 31st and January 1st as we move toward the college football playoff championship. And then there are 2 bowl games today, the Peach Bowl and the Gasparilla Bowl. Peach Bowl at 11 a.m., Gasparilla Bowl 2:30 p.m., both on ESPN. Illinois will play Tennessee in the Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl in Nashville on Tuesday, December 30th. In hockey last night, the Chicago Blackhawks lost to the Montreal Canadiens 4-1, and the Blues lost to the Rangers 2-1 in overtime. But the Peoria Rivermen won. They beat Evansville Thunderbolts 2-0 in yesterday's Education Day game at Carver Arena in front of 9,211 spectators.
Kids.
Most of them school kids in the education game. They'll play the Thunderbolts again Saturday night in Evansville. That will be the only other game they play this weekend, and they're still hanging around 5th place in the SPHL, but they're only, I think, about 4 points behind the first place team, so they're still in the running if they can kind of get things going a little bit. That'll be it for sports.
Tell me about, can we circle back to the Gasparilla Bowl? Is Gasparilla, is it a pirate thing?
You go ahead and talk. I want
Okay.
Sidler to talk.
Well, I asked Dr. Sidler questions, so I'm in real trouble now.
Yeah. Ask Terry that question.
Well, I could ask you, or you want to pay attention to what
Yes.
Doc's doing?
No, he's, that's
Gasparilla.
above my,
Gasparilla Bowl.
yes.
Gasparilla, that's a pirate thing, is it not?
I don't know. I always think of sarsaparilla.
Yeah,
was the drink we used to get at
something you
Shakey's.
drink.
No, they used to do a Gasparilla thing in Florida where they brought in a pirate ship and, well, yeah. It's a huge.
No, that's Gasparilla. He was a pirate.
Oh, no.
Gus.
Gus.
They called him.
Not a guy named
They called him Gloomy Gus.
No, that's not it.
That's not.
This is the Gasparilla in
Okay.
Florida. Where was, where I think.
Was it Sarasota or Tampa?
No, it had to be
the big pirate celebration.
Tampa, because I was never in Sarasota. So it was either Tampa, St. Pete.
Well, how are we supposed to know? What is your question
I
about
just
a
thought you
Gasparilla?
were smart people.
Yes. Well,
I thought you knew things.
I thought we disproved that a long time ago. That I'm not smart.
Okay, that's-
Gasparilla, I think it's a pirate thing.
It is a pirate thing.
I'm pretty sure.
okay, Gasparilla Bowl. Let's look it up.
Well, or Gasparilla event in Florida.
Okay.
yeah.
The Gasparilla Bowl is an annual college football postseason game held in Tampa, Florida,
Okay.
at Raymond James Stadium.
Yes.
But, well, can I look up the Gasparilla Festival or whatever? Because it's really weird. Everybody dresses like a pirate. They talk like pirates.
Well, how do pirates talk?
Arr. They just say arr.
Arg. Why is it called the Gasparilla Bowl?
I don't know. I don't know what
Okay.
Gasparilla
The
means.
name refers to the regional legend of a pirate
There you go.
named Jose Gaspar,
There
Was it
you
Gus?
go. There
I
you go.
thought
It was
there-
not Gus.
There went Gus.
which Tampa Bay area residents know well due to Tampa's signature
There you go.
Gasparilla Pirate Festival,
There you go.
held every year at the end of January.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there we go.
I've been there. It's a mess. There's
And what city town we talking about?
Tampa.
Tampa, Florida.
I have a dear friend who lives in Tampa.
And you don't know about Gasparilla?
Frank, well, I'm going to call him and ask him.
I call him, ask him. I'll bet
Monty
he does.
George, Frank George, and
Two
he
first-name
coached high school girls golf and was named not once but twice the Florida State Coach of the Year for girls golf.
Peoria guy?
Yeah,
Well, the George
Frank
family, they were in
Is he
the...
related to Matt
that's
George?
no
the-
relation
No relation?
whatsoever.
In the meat
None.
business? Oh, no?
No,
Okay.
no, none whatsoever. His brother Jim wound up as a federal judge in Oklahoma, and Monty taught for many years in Tampa, Florida.
Jimmy George.
Jimmy, that's
Jimmy
right.
George.
Did you know Jimmy George?
I did not.
Did you know Jimmy John?
I do. I've been there.
Yeah, been there and done that. We are, Dr. Sidler has disappeared.
Dr. Sitter,
out of the
I think he wants you to
console.
grab that.
And,
Grab it.
oh, you want, no, he is reconnect. We are trying to figure out why we are not on WAZU FM 90.7, and we have been
Working up for a couple of days, right?
yes,
Yeah.
well, all day yesterday, and it seems like
Anywho,
I think I found the problem right.
Oh, great.
But there's a broken cable here. I can shove it in there and it'll maybe hold temporarily, but we need to get a new.
So we got a broken cable.
We need duct tape.
So what do you,
Duct tape fixes everything.
duct tape, yeah.
Very good fix, Terry.
The wire that connects your modem
Yeah.
to the router.
It's a phone wire. It's a phone plug, right?
No,
Oh.
it's an Ethernet, it's like
Oh, CAD 5 they call
a
it?
nine wire.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
It was disconnected.
Really? How'd that get disconnected?
Because the clip that plugs in is broken. It's got a little snap that
Yeah, yeah, you
push
push it
down
and then you, yeah,
to unplug. Well, it just pulls out on its own.
okay.
Well, yeah, you have it connected.
It is now connected, but it's going to pull out again because there's nothing holding it in. Let's see if I can now.
Do you have the duct tape in your car, Doctor?
No, that wouldn't work. It just apparently it needs a new
A whole new cable.
Do you have any glue? You have any super glue?
I don't know if I
If duct
have
tape
that.
and super glue can't fix it, we're lost.
Yeah.
So I sent Terry a game called Connections.
Yes.
And it's 12 words that connect in some way, shape, or form. I sent it to you too, Doc. It's kind of a fun little game. I don't know how I discovered that, but and I think it might come from the New York Times, maybe. I think they publish it every day or something, but it's a different one that I sent you.
See that black
It's
wire
going to be
there?
interesting to figure it out.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little game. I got
That's
hooked on
supposed to
it a
have
couple
the
of days
little
ago. and
push clip on it
Played a
that
couple hundred of them.
plugs like a phone.
Not very good at it. The hard one is
But it does
very, very
plug.
hard. It's impossible.
I think I'll just stay with the date.
Stay with the easy one.
Okay, we can talk about this. I
What
guess
do we got? What do
we
you got?
finally settled
Those
that
yellow
tomorrow
sockets are the only
will
ones
be
that
the
accept that.
third annual
Okay. What?
Christmas with Roger and
Oh,
friends.
yeah, I miss it. I'm gonna miss it.
Oh,
Yeah, weekends this time of year.
yeah, I know.
with
You're a
family,
grandpa.
I
You got stuff to
can't.
do.
I just there's so, I don't. My wife does, and I go with her.
And you're her chauffeur.
I'm the chauffeur.
Anyway, the show will be tomorrow afternoon at the Deer Creek Baptist Church starting at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll provide Christmas readings, music, some humor by Eddie Parker,
Okay.
and of course the piano artistry of Pastor Steve Evans, and more. It's all free.
Kyle Varnold is going to sing
Carol will be singing her
an
solo.
operatic song. I think
Yes.
he's going to sing
Something called The Gift.
opera style. Is he going to?
Well, I don't know if he's
Greatest
going to be
Gift.
singing opera
Huh?
style. The Greatest Gift.
Yeah, but it's by Antonio Bocelli.
Matteo
Matteo
Bocelli.
Bocelli wrote the song and,
Okay.
and recorded it.
But isn't that operatic? Isn't that from an? Oh no.
It's
Well, it sounds like it.
it sounds like an opera singer.
Yeah, he's
voice,
not.
but
Oh, all right.
Anyway,
And Dr. Sidler's going to sing? Oh, no?
I don't sing.
Oh, you're not singing. Oh, I thought you were singing. Okay.
anyway.
We're all going to sing together.
Well, we'll sing on the
Oh,
sing-along
okay.
when we sing the
You're gonna
Christmas
hold
carols.
hands or?
No,
Okay,
no, don't push it.
okay.
Anyway, we'll guarantee if you weren't in the Christmas mood when you walk in, you will be
will
when
be.
you walk out.
Yeah.
And it really is. It's a cute little country church. It's just
Not working.
perfect.
Oh.
So whether you come or not, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Are you done Christmas shopping? Do you do it? You probably don't have as much to do as I do. Or, well, I'm sorry, my wife
Well,
does.
no, I
don't
don't.
have to do any of it.
Because a couple of years ago, my family decided that instead of just passing money around to each other,
just keep,
we
yeah.
just buy Ada, who is my great niece and my brother's only grandchild.
All by him. Oh, well, that's
No,
a good
we all buy
idea.
her something. Yep.
My wife went to cash along several years ago when she was, buying stuff for the girls. I have 4 girls and a boy, and she couldn't buy for the girls anymore, as far as fashion and things. So
Well, it is, and
I
size.
said, honey, just
and
give
it
them cash.
Yep.
Just give them the cash.
No, you can't beat cash or gift cards. I mean, I do love restaurant gift cards.
You know what? Oh, restaurant.
Is
Yeah.
defective.
Now we did that for
I
some
think
grandsons. That Roblox. That it's a computer game that the kids play now, and you gotta the guy who put that together is genius. You can go in and play, a shoot 'em up game or whatever, like they all are, but you can buy like extra things, like weapons or something. So these kids get on there and they get mom or dad's credit card, and this guy's bringing in billions of dollars. It's amazing. And you can buy a Roblox, like a credit or like a card.
Okay, like a gift card, and
Like
give it
a
to
gift-
them, and then they can.
And that's what she
cool.
gave, I think, for birthdays or maybe some for Christmas last year. And the boys, the grandsons, they thought that was just really cool. But no, I'm not a big shopper. Roger, are you a big Christmas shopper goer?
I don't want to talk. I'm having trouble. We've called R3 Broadband, and they said it's our problem.
Yeah, they say that their signal is reaching the modem, but that there's no internet connections coming into the modem, which means that something.
When you plug that back in, did you turn the modem on and off? That's what the little guy in India tells you to do. You got to turn it off and turn it back on.
Where do you turn it on and turn it off?
Well, there should be a little button on it, I would think. I don't know.
All right.
Keep it. The problem, not the modem. Oh, okay.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows. But anyway. Okay, anyway, again, a reminder, we're going to be doing our Christmas show, the third annual event at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Hope you join us at the Deer Creek Baptist Church. And going to have a lot of fun, and I'll give you the program. It'll open with A Perfect Christmas Time, sung by Kathy Reynolds. Actually, it'll open with a welcome from the pastor, Steve Evans, who, by the way, and we'll tell you a little bit more coming up, outstanding pianist. At any rate, he will welcome everybody with an invocation and then turn things over to yours truly and introduce
You
Kathy.
run the church then?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, that's right. And
Okay.
for the first time, I will see that we have an offering. No, we
I was
won't
going
do
to say,
that.
how much are you selling tickets for?
Absolutely free. It's a good time for all. And then I'll introduce Terry Chamberlain, who's going to do
'Twas the night before Christmas.
You're going to
All
sing?
Through the House.
Oh, no.
Piano. You're going to play the
No, I
piano.
read it.
Oh, okay.
And then there will be a reading by the pastor, Love in All Places. And if his reading doesn't bring a tear to your eye, I will be surprised. It's quite a story, and it is a true story based on an experience of the late Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. It's quite a story. And then Heaven and
Whose
Angels
reading
Sing.
Are you talking about?
Pardon?
Whose reading are you reading?
Pastor Evans.
Because I'm reading one by Norman.
That's correct. Your reading, the title is
Christmas Calm.
Christmas Calm. Okay.
You have it memorized.
I have
right?
it.
You're memorizing that, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm glad you told me that because I have it down as Heaven and Angels Sing, but it's Christmas Calm.
Yes.
Okay. We'll make that change. Now that I've printed off 100 sheets. Pastor Evans will have come at the piano and play. He always writes an original composition
Really?
for the show.
Wow.
This guy is really
Wow.
talented, unbelievable.
gonna miss it.
Plaques of Christmas and I Love You on the piano. And then we have Holiday Smiles by
Kathy Reynolds.
Eddie Parker.
Eddie Parker.
Yes, and
thought that
then
was
we'll
a
do a
song.
sing-along. Everybody will have an opportunity to join and sing along. And then we'll have the reading of Luke by yours truly, and then Kathy comes back to sing Mary Did You Know? Kyle Varnold will be there following that with The Greatest Gift, as you pointed out. Chris Buckley, our friend Chris Buckley, will tell the story of Silent Night, which is a fascinating story. And I'm trying to, and I just, the light bulb went on. What town was it where Franz Gruber wrote Silent Night?
He
And
fell
that
off
was-
the
What
Nakatomi.
town?
He fell off the Nakatomi Towers.
No, it was not.
Franz Gruber.
No.
No,
That's different.
different story. Yeah, that's
Oh.
Die Hard.
And we were there, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to try to bring the ornament that I bought in this town where Silent Night was written.
Bethlehem.
Starts with the letter O. Obendorf.
Someplace in Germany.
Really?
Yes. And then we'll all join in singing at the end of the program, Silent Night, so we will have a good time. I will make the correction.
Keep Christmas coming.
That'll be it. And
gonna
I
sing
hope
Jingle
you
Bells?
that'll be probably
Do you
part
know-
of the sing-along.
I think I asked this before. Do you know the horse's name in Jingle Bells?
One horse?
No? Bob. Bells on Bob's tail ring. Over the hills we go laughing on bells on Bob's tail ring. Sing
Why don't you
Bob.
come and do that reading?
I-
For that matter. All right. Hey, we have Kevin is here. In the meantime, let's bring you up to date with some of the stories we are following on YouTube. And it's brought to you with best wishes for the holiday season from Bob Manning, Senior Vice President, Financial Advisor. I think I've asked you this before. You know Bob. Yeah, super nice guy. Yeah.
Known him for
But
eons.
I'll bet you knew. I'll bet you knew his father better.
No, I know Bob. Well, I got to know his dad first.
Judge Manning.
Yeah, Judge Manning. You're right.
Yeah, he was a great judge.
He was a great guy. Good ball player, by the way,
Very good athlete.
from Spalding Polytech.
St. Bernard's. And he, Notre Dame, and everything Notre Dame. If Notre Dame lost on Saturday, you didn't want to be in front of Bob on Monday. And
For whatever reason.
Bob had this really dry sense of humor.
Yes, he
and
did.
he would scare the bejeebies out of you in court, and he'd just sit there and stare, and he would crack when he was in a good mood. He would crack some very witty jokes, and you really had to pay attention to get to know him. And one of them, I can't tell you on the air, but he picked on an attorney. Let's just put it this way: the guy's last name was I think I can say this, Tom Sheets. Tom, nice guy, was an assistant public defender, and Bob Manning didn't know him that well yet, and he kept referring to him as something similar, but not quite.
Okay.
Sheets, okay?
Hey, we got the picture.
Something with a creek, maybe up a creek, what have you. And Tom kept getting, Judge, that's not my name, not my name. About 5 minutes later, Mr. So-and-so. And it went on for most of the morning. And Bob would say, I'm sorry, you know.
Did you tell the story that some prisoner in front of him showed a lack of respect, and so he let him know that he had changed his sentence as a result of his behavior?
No, I did not. I mean, I didn't. The one that was really, I'd almost have to cover my ears, was when a defendant or a person appeared in front of Judge Steenrod, and
Becky Steenrod.
I had a case one time. I was a public defender back when, and I'm up in her courtroom, and a guy comes out in his jumpsuit from the holding tank, and he had the bottom part of his jumpsuit open, and he was fully exposed.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? You know, I got a duty to protect the defendant because I'm duty bound, but I also can't run afoul of decorum in the courtroom. So what I did was, I walked in front of him and brought him up so close to the bench that Judge Steenrod couldn't see below the bench. And the whole audience is cracking up, and she's doing order in the court and all this. And he never did get caught. I told her way after the fact, and she says, I would have held you in contempt if I knew that at the time.
Yeah, interesting about Judge Steenrod. I was part of a jury that was going to hear a shoplifting case from Benny Schwartz on University at Forest Hill. And she said, did anyone feel like you cannot serve? And I raised my hand, and she said, yes, you are, Mr. Monroe. And I said, yes. And why do you think you can't serve? And I said, well, I shop there. I know Benny Schwartz and his son Joel Schwartz, who lived just a couple of blocks away, and I know all the people in the store, and I believe they're honest, and it's a wonderful place to shop. She said, Mr. Monroe, are you saying that you cannot sit there with an open mind, listen to the evidence, and render a just decision? Well, what are you going to say? No, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
I can't do that.
Some people do.
I said, I understand. Yes, I can do that. And with that, I remained on the jury. And I thought, from an honest perspective, it would be hard to accept the word of the thief, who happened to be a woman.
Alleged.
And no, they found her guilty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So throw out the
He
alleged
hasn't
part.
been executed.
Yeah. At any rate, Bob Manning, nice guy. He's with the Grandview Capital Group at Morgan Stanley in Peoria, and we're not charging him for his message this morning since when it comes to investments, Bob Manning's available at 309-671-4653. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Now with the headlines, here's Terry.
Well, earlier this week, we reported 59-year-old Eric Burlingame of Hopedale was missing. Unfortunately, he's been found dead in an area of heavy snowfall, said Tazewell Coroner Charles Hanley. An autopsy will be performed this afternoon to determine the exact cause of death. Arson was the cause of a house fire at 2314 North Ellis around midnight Wednesday night. A resident at the house was able to escape without injury. Damage is estimated at $40,000. 2 more Peoria teens have been arrested for a variety of crimes. One was 16, grabbed by police and charged with 2 counts of vehicular hijacking, and a 17-year-old for possession of a stolen vehicle. A single plane crash at the Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina has claimed the lives of NASCAR champion driver Greg Biffle, his wife and 2 children, and 3 others. Apparently, the Cessna C-550 business jet developed engine trouble shortly after taking off. Officials said the plane was attempting to return to the airport when it went down. It was headed to the Bahamas. Biffle was a licensed pilot holding licenses for single-engine, multi-engine airplanes, and even helicopters. FAA records reveal he had just received his private pilot's recertification in March of this year. So the big news, if you've been watching TV, is that the gunman who was wanted for the killing of 2 Brown University students and the wounding of 9 others has been found dead in a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire. He's been identified as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot. Brown University officials said that Valente was a student at the school from 2000 to 2001. The investigation continues with a pretty strong belief, in fact they're saying that he did, also shoot and kill the professor at MIT in Brookline, Massachusetts. And we're going to discuss that with Peoria Defense Attorney Kevin Sullivan, who is in the studio. There's more economic good news. The Bureau of Labor announced yesterday that inflation dropped to 2.7%. The White House responded after the lower marks seemed to disappoint some economists who had predicted a higher inflation number. President Trump reported the night before that inflation was dropping, and so it did, to the lowest level in almost 5 years. Prices for many grocery items are lower, as are costs for medicine, gas, airfare, car rental, and hotels. And those are the headlines, Roger.
All right, let's get into a check of the weather, and obviously we're interested in what's going on because the weather seems to change almost hourly, and it's brought to you by Spoon River Home Health. They've been around since 1993, providing home health care, utilizing the talents of nurses, therapists, and home care assistants. Locally owned and operated, Spoon River Home Health. They're available 24/7 at 309-245-0723.
It's going to be mostly sunny today, but very windy. High just about 30, but it's not going to seem like it's 30 outside. It's going to be about, 8 below or so with that wind chill. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy with rising temperatures, overnight low reaching 33. Tomorrow, probably a nice day. Partly sunny, high 44. Tomorrow night, low 20s. Sunday, sunny 33. Monday, sunny and 42. Right now, are we still around 15-ish?
My car said 11 when I pulled in.
And that wind that knocked you over,
Yeah,
it just
it's
hurt, didn't it?
That's right. It's pretty brutal.
It's that wind chill is horrible today.
It's Central Illinois.
Yeah, it's Central Illinois, and
That's
it's
right,
before the holidays. But we're going to have, according to our staff meteorologist Carl, I keep doing that.
Carl
Kyle Varnold.
Yeah, Carl is his brother.
Maybe close to 60 on Christmas.
Yeah, what was just talking about.
Wow.
Jingle bells. All right, there you have a check of the news and the weather, and we are chatting with Peoria defense attorney, yes, Kevin Sullivan. Kevin, did you watch any of the news conferences at all regarding the shooting at Brown University?
They were an abject disaster. And in my opinion, you know, maybe they've got the guy, but I think for time immemorial, this investigation is going to appear to be tainted because of these news conferences. And did they, because of pressure that's going to be viewed, did they rush to judgment to try to find the suspect to get the press and the public off their back? And, you know, I'm sure at this point it does sound like they've got the guy. They can connect the dots, so to speak. But, you know, I was thinking about this last night. You know, when they had that tragic murder of the 4 co-eds out in Moscow, Idaho, the authorities went silent while they investigated. And it was a complex investigation because the guy that they ultimately caught left the state, changed his license plates, did a number of things to try to avoid being apprehended. And they were able to do it. Now, it did take a little while because of all the complications, but they were the smart ones. You know, the press, as much as they want to know, they don't have to know. We don't have to know. If there's an investigation going on, and I think people would feel far more confident, people do feel far more confident in that investigation that occurred out in Idaho as opposed to the one that occurred in Providence. My other impression is these people spent more time standing at a podium at a news conference than they did investigating. And, you know, the police chief comes across as an imbecile. I mean, he didn't know anything. He didn't even know, they didn't even know if the campus police cars had cameras in them. They didn't know how many people were in the classroom. He didn't know if the gunman walked in through a back door or a front door of the classroom. I mean, it just, you know, and then the mayor couldn't help, but he wanted to, this is probably the biggest thing since the American Revolution that's happened in Providence, you know, and they just couldn't wait to get on TV. And the Attorney General was kind of, you know, bombastic a little bit as well. They should have had a press agent come on there, or maybe somebody from the Public Relations Department of the school handle this. But, you know, I still think it's forever going to be tainted. And I hope for the sake of everybody, they've got the right guy.
Yeah. It's interesting about the news conferences that they kept bumping into each other, and the mayor was trying his best to be relevant by calling on reporters by their first name, Ed, Bruce, and Mary, and Sally, and when he ran out of personal names, they said, the woman in the white shirt, or the white blouse, or whatever. Now, I as a result of the news conference, I'm still confused, but that happens regularly at my age, is they chase this one 24-year-old guy who's probably still trying to figure out if he has any recourse after they destroyed his reputation by saying he was a person of interest, which pretty well can be defined as a suspect. I don't know the difference between a person of interest and a suspect. Well, he was finally cleared after they released his name and details of where he was and so forth. Well, then they had 2 different people, did they not, with video cameras, and one of them, I guess, was the gunman.
Well, that's what they're saying. And one of the other ones was, it looked like just a pedestrian that was walking in that area at the same time. So they have 2 people, and they were trying to find out who the pedestrian was to see if they could find out if he knew who the other guy was. And I don't know that, I think that was a stretch because, you know, 2 people can walk on the same street and not know each other, you know, and
then they had the homeless guy who was chasing him and following him, and it's you're right, it almost was like a black and white Keystone Cops video.
You know, and I looked this morning, and I don't know if it was a mug shot or where they got the photograph of the supposed perpetrator, but he had a crazed look in his eye. In his eyes, he had these great big eyes, and just like, You know, he looked like he was very disturbed. And one of the
Apparently he
things,
was.
well, one of the things that everybody's probably going to want to know, but they don't have to know, is what motivated him. What was the motive in this particular situation? Now, in a criminal case, the prosecution does not have to prove motive. It helps, obviously. It helps explain a lot. A lot of people would want to know. And they did say, I heard this morning, that the alleged perpetrator did attend Brown almost 25 years ago, from 2000, 2001, you know, and was he a disgruntled student? Was he expelled? Did he have a vendetta that was kind of percolating for the last 20 years? You know, and that's why how did he pick out the guy from MIT, the professor of nuclear science, and gun him down? You know, and what was the causal connection
They
there?
apparently knew each other.
Okay.
They were both from Portugal,
And they attended school together in Portugal?
and they attended Brown together
Okay.
at the same time. Now, there's no proof, I think, that they knew each other, but
Apparently
chances
they
are.
I
did.
mean, they would gravitate towards
That they
each other
did.
based
Sure.
upon
Yeah.
their heritage.
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Switching gears a little bit to, I'm still bewildered that it's taking the judge, and maybe you can explain why judges say, well, I'm going to rule on this later, about police in New York not having a warrant to search a guy who was a threat to them. I've never heard before, not that I'm supposed to hear before, that police have to have a warrant to pat somebody down. And that's their defense, that, oh, you didn't have a warrant. And that they did find the gun, by the way.
And some writings that implicated him
Yeah.
as well. Well, I just heard yesterday, the judge said he's going to rule on this in May. May of 2026.
Oh,
May?
I thought, no, maybe I misheard
Nope,
that.
I heard that on 2 different newscasts yesterday. The defense has until the end of January to file any briefs or motions or memoranda supporting their position. The prosecution has until March to respond, and then in May. And, these...
I thought you were entitled to a speedy trial.
Yeah, I was just going to bring
Is
that
a
up.
speedy trial?
Yeah,
Is
the
that
guy must have waived his
Wow.
right to a speedy trial. But you
Oh, you can waive that right?
you can waive that right, absolutely.
I thought that was something you had to have.
No.
Okay.
No,
Wow.
you can waive it by either asking for a continuance or acquiescing if the state asks for a continuance.
Okay.
And now I don't understand, in all reality, how these cases that have some sensationalism get dragged out for so long. You know, look how long it took to try the O.J. Simpson case. And,
Yes.
some of these other
Charles
cases.
Manson was.
Yeah. And you look at the flip side is, look at the case that came to Peoria last month about the Springfield deputy that shot the woman. They got that done in 6 days, and they were very efficient. There was a lot of evidence, a lot of argument. They had, a lot of accommodations to make for everybody. So, I don't, and secondly, this decision by the judge is, in my opinion, a no-brainer. I think that the police, and I've done a little research on this just out of curiosity. I think the backpack's part of the, as they say in basketball, the hand's part of the ball or the ball's part of the hand or whatever. The backpack's part of the body, and they could certainly, pat that down. Now, there's two things they could do. One is when they first encountered him, they would pat him down, and they're entitled, police officer, anybody that is furtive, nervous, in any way makes a police officer feel like these guys dangerous. They can pat down for weapons and sharp objects, and that's typically an over-the-clothes type of pat down to see if there's a weapon, a knife, or anything else that could harm the police officer. Now, they identify him, and they say, well, you're wanted in New York, we're going to take you into custody on a warrant. Now he's been arrested. Now they can do what is called a search incidental to his arrest, and that's a more invasive search where they can now go into his pockets, go into his
Take
suitcase,
off your shoes.
go into his backpack, look under his hat. Anything that they can find at that point, they're typically entitled to do if it's within arm's reach of that person. And there's a number of other ways that police officers can attempt to work around the warrant requirement, such as, they can say, well, for officer protection and so we don't get sued, this is going to be an inventory search. And so we know exactly what he has, and he's not going to claim we stole something from him. Now, that wouldn't be that case because the guy didn't have anything of any special value other than a gun on him, but they sometimes try to mask that their basis for the search under those circumstances. So
I think they can bring a dog.
sure, that's a great issue because that happens more and more. The law across the country, including Illinois, is the most times we see this is a roadside stop. If a police officer makes a valid roadside stop, let's say somebody's speeding, and that police officer has with him a canine unit trained to detect contraband, that police officer can walk that dog around the car, or can call in another unit to walk the dog around the car. The only thing is they cannot delay the stop beyond the time it takes to issue a citation. In other words, they can't transform it into an investigation, wait 30 minutes for a drug dog to show up. So it's got to be pretty contemporaneous. But you've got no protection around the outside of your vehicle under the Constitution. And I know for a fact there's a lot of times these dogs do not detect and people go on their way and we don't hear about it. It's the ones that do, and then we're fighting. And I had a case years ago in Putnam County, and I had a similar situation. Person stopped, drug dog alerted, and I saw the videos, and it looked a little bit questionable to
Yeah,
me.
their alerts are kind of, that's up to the handler.
Yeah.
And they do, the dog alerted.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, and I've seen them where they really don't.
Well, yeah.
And so,
How do we know, right?
And so I'm talking to the judge before I have a hearing to try to suppress some evidence based on this dog sniff. And the judge said to me, I just got back from the Illinois Judges Conference, and you wouldn't believe it, on day one, the state police brought this dog in, and they had drugs planted in the room, and that dog went right, oh my God, these dogs are infallible. I'm thinking, we're going to withdraw the motion.
Yeah, there you go.
It just seems that it seems so unfair to the government that if this judge rules that they did not have the sufficient right to pat him down, in which they found the gun and other evidence, that the whole case almost crumbles at that point.
Well, it's I don't think the whole case crumbles. However, what the law does provide is if a judge does order that certain evidence be suppressed, the prosecution, not the defense, the prosecution has a right while the case is still pending to appeal that to a higher court.
That decision.
Okay, and now the defense
Before the trial?
before the
After
trial,
the trial?
it's sometimes called they file a certificate of impairment, and that means that because that evidence has been suppressed and they can't use it, it's going to impair their ability to try this defendant, and they want to get a ruling. And also the defendant has, the right against double jeopardy. So if they would try it without that evidence and the guy's found not guilty, there's no appealing that. You're done. So, but now the defendant in criminal cases does not, like for example, if the defendant, if the judge rules in favor of the prosecution, which the court should in this case, and the defense doesn't get to appeal that until after the case is over.
So that is an important appeal. Do you have any gut feeling about how the judge is going to rule?
I can't see anything but denying the motion and allowing that evidence to be used.
Yeah. And a follow-up to that case, I don't understand the certain segments of the public supportive of this guy who shot and killed. If I remember the video that's shown, he shot him in the back.
He did. It was a coward move as he was walking down the streets of Manhattan.
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously he was lying in wait for the guy. And, I think the only people that are probably in favor of this guy are people that have been aggrieved because of the insurance companies. you know, and
Well, and also some women think he's handsome, and
well, good,
so-
they can marry him in prison.
And they like his eyebrows, I think.
yeah, or whatever. Then they have another case that's just on the news this morning of a woman who went around and shot and killed her 2 ex-husbands. I mean,
Oh,
what?
really?
Yes, and
Half wasn't enough, huh?
No,
yeah,
you might get rid of both of them.
yeah.
Wow.
And-
Where was that? Not local.
No, that wasn't a local story. Have you been keeping abreast, and you're up to date in so many different things, I don't know how you do it. Peoria County, and particularly through the Sheriff's Office, they want Sangamon County to repay the costs of holding the trial in Peoria. Shouldn't that have been kind of discussed or reach some kind of an agreement before Peoria, and did Peoria have to accept
And
this?
isn't that a
Or
standard
could
deal
it-
anyway?
Could
Yeah.
they have said, we don't want this trial?
Well, I'm not sure, to be honest, because it's a rarity when you have a situation like this. There have been a lot of cases over the years that have been moved because of pretrial publicity, and you've got to move them to what the court does is in Springfield, the judge ruled that said, yeah, I don't think you can get a fair trial in Sangamon County. So then it gets referred to, if I'm correct, the Administrative Office of the Illinois Court System. Now, they're in Springfield. What they're going to try to figure out, from their perspective, is where can we send this that's far enough away, perhaps as a different news source? Where can we send this that's not too far away, because we've got to be transporting and arranging for people from here to go there? And what city can accommodate us? Because we're going to need hotel rooms, there's going to be press, there's going to be security, things like that. So they determined Peoria, and normally Peoria would have to accept it, but I thought there was already rules in place that say any extraordinary costs that are incurred at the trial site in the different county are subject to being reimbursed by the home county.
I thought that was part of the deal.
Yeah, and I think it would be pretty crummy for Sangamon County not to reimburse Peoria, because I will tell you, I wasn't around the courthouse. I was gone part of that trial. I was out of town, and just the courthouse was kind of half shut down during most of that trial. But when you walked around that courthouse, it was fortified with city public works trucks. You had all kinds of police vehicles. I mean, it was barricaded like it was the White House, and it was very impressive. And they had a lot of, they had people in the city, people in the county. They had police cars surrounding the courthouse, and there was police officers sitting there around the clock. So they incurred overtime. They incurred public works, the police department. They had
fire
probably,
rescue,
yeah, and they had all. And that was just outside, and they had all kinds of provisions on the inside as well.
And interesting, local television had a lot of pretrial publicity. They particularly 25, I think it was covering that story, even though, we're 75 miles away from Springfield. They were covering it was a local news story even before the trial came. So any so-called reason for moving due to pretrial publicity, the local TV people actually made things worse for the prosecution or for the entire case. I don't know whether they accomplished anything by moving it to Peoria.
Well,
the jury pool was maybe a little bit easier to find, but
maybe, but we don't know that.
Yeah. Well, when you think about where could they have sent this? And
Stark County. How about Stark County?
I'm going to Stark County right after I leave.
I knew that, and that's why I brought it up.
What city is in Stark?
Toulon.
Yeah.
Okay. And their courthouse is about the size of the studio here.
Yeah, yeah, it's
and there's no
that large, huh?
It's very expensive. And so,
And probably not many hotels.
there are no hotels, no restaurants. Well, there's only one or two restaurants.
I'll tell Brad Elliott, Royce's son, to say, tell him we said hi.
Okay.
He is superintendent of schools in Stark County, as I
really?
recall. Yeah. How long a drive is that? And,
From here I'll get there in 40 minutes. Yeah.
That raises a question. Do you have an area that is acceptable to represent someone, or you don't care where it is, you go there if the case looks like something that...
It's probably... I've probably been in every county in Illinois.
What's that, 102?
And I was going to say north of Interstate 72, which is just south of Springfield. I've gotten to some counties down below that line on occasion. But, you know, you get down into southern Illinois, and that's a huge drive. You know, you get down to Carbondale.
bet.
You could drive 5 hours.
Well,
from
to 6
here
hours,
south is
5 to 6
to
hours.
get to Paducah.
That's right, absolutely right. When you go down to that you go by Metropolis, and you're thinking, I'm still in Illinois, and it's the afternoon.
Get down to Effingham, and
Yeah.
that's really the heck
So,
down
you know,
there.
it's, I'm not going to travel that far on a speeding ticket, but if it's something major, and I always explain to the client, if you want me to do this, I'm going to be incurring some expenses, which is going to be travel time, mileage, perhaps hotels and things like that, and, you know, or do you want me to find somebody down there? And I kind of like going to the different counties for variety, but, you know, like, for example, Monday I'll be in Fulton County. I'll be in federal court next week in Peoria, Woodford County. Although that's a tough place to practice law, it's
Really?
Oh, they're really serious about the law out there.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and they're proud of it too.
That's a good thing, right?
Well, it is if you're on that side of the case.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a good answer.
And you have a reasonable client.
There you go.
You know, but I mean, Champaign, Bloomington, Joliet, Iroquois County, you know, Pontiac. No, it's kind of fun to get to know the people there. And, you know, as I've always said, Illinois has 102 counties. We have one body of law, but they still have 102 ways they do things. And you got to get used to the nuances of each jurisdiction.
You know, before you leave, you've got to recount the story you told about the big check that you received, you were carrying around, and it was a case in southern Illinois.
Oh,
I believe in East St. Louis, was it?
well, here's the story. Guy from Peoria, who was Indian, of Indian descent.
Dot Feather.
And had gone to one of the car dealerships and had got a loaner car to test drive. What he then did was, supposedly, we never got to trial, he supposedly killed his girlfriend, put her in the back of this SUV, and drove down towards St. Louis and dumped her body off the interstate really close to the Mississippi River. And this happened in Madison County, and that's Edwardsville. Okay, the car is missing, he's missing, the girlfriend's missing. Somehow they found the car, they connected the dots. DNA said it was his blood, her blood in the car. He gets charged with murder. Family hires me. And his bond was $5 million.
Whoa.
Had to post $500,000.
Whoa.
And his family went over to Smith Barney at that time, or Morgan Stanley, got a check and took it down there.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. And we're working on this case. I'm working on this case. And lo and behold, I get a call from, I think, his sister. The guy died. And we think it was suicide, but it was never completely established. And he also had some reaction to diabetes medication. I think he took too much of it, but that's, nevertheless, he died. So the case gets dismissed. Anytime somebody dies mid-case, it gets dismissed.
Well, yeah.
And what normally happens is the county in question is allowed, the clerk is allowed to, even if the case gets dismissed under these circumstances, the clerk's allowed to retain 10% of the bond money. So in this case,
You get 50 grand.
50 grand. Nice, you know, nice
Wow.
bonus for the county.
Yeah.
And I filed a motion to dismiss the case and get the bond money back, and I couldn't.
All of it? You want all of it?
Well, I just said the bond money back. I presume I was going to get $450 back, and I couldn't get anybody to do anything, and nobody would get it scheduled. And the state's attorney down there wouldn't. You know, normally you get a hold of them and say, "Would you walk this in and take care of this?" And they did. We got it dismissed, but the clerk would not release the money. And I'll never forget this judge down there. His name was Ferguson. And so I called the clerk. They're not doing anything. They're hanging on to this money like it was theirs. And I called court scheduling. I got a hearing in front of the judge. There was two judges down there at the time, Judge Romani and Judge Ferguson. And go down there, drive down there. have a hearing. I'm asking the judge to order the clerk to release this money. And the judge says, Mr. Sullivan, this guy was in a flannel shirt. You telling me that our clerk has not, in the last 6 weeks, released this money? Judge, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I've tried by letter, I've tried by phone, I've tried by email, and I had to come down here. He says, okay, here's what we're going to do. He says, we're going to draft an order that's going to say the clerk is going to give you the bond money, and you're going to leave with it today, and you're taking $500,000 with you. They're not keeping 10%. The hell with them.
Whoa.
The judge got off the bench when he signed the order. He says, "Follow me," and he walked me right into the clerk's office and started screaming at the clerk.
Really?
It was all business.
Wow.
So I came home with a $500,000 check.
My goodness. Yeah.
So
Did
that
you stop
office
in
must have-
Litchfield?
I did. I stopped.
Gardens?
The tropics, and
That's in Lincoln.
both restaurants are connected. So I stopped there too.
Exactly right.
Wow.
Did it burn a little hole in your pocket?
Well, I think-
Just think of what could happen. You could have been in an auto accident, and as you know, some people pat people down and said, "Hey, look, I found this check for $500." And the guy said, "You want to add a few more Subaru trip?"
The scary thing was it was made out to me. So
no way.
yeah.
As trustee.
Well, as an attorney,
As a-
not thinking I do the right thing.
I would think you'd be living
Wow.
in Jamaica now or the
Well,
Bahamas
some
somewhere.
trips to Puerto Rico
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
But no, it was.
Well, you got a pretty good fee for that, I'm sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what they did? Unbelievable. This guy lived in rural Peoria County, and because of his Indian heritage, his funeral, they did what they do in India. They put him on a
Or a
tire.
rack and burned
We had
it?
a special permit to do that.
Really? Were you there for it?
Yes, I did go.
Oh, wow.
Have you thought about writing a book about you and your father, for
Yeah,
that matter?
that'd be fun.
Fascinating stuff.
Well, yeah, you know what? It would be. I don't know if I've got the patience.
I've got the title for it. On Your Honor.
On your honor, yes.
You got it. All right, Kevin, are we going to see you next Wednesday?
Yeah, planning on it.
On Christmas Eve, we will be here. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
thank you.
Have a great weekend, and be careful out there.
Good to see everybody.
You bet. News, weather, sports coming up next on Breakfast with Roger and Friends on YouTube, worldwide YouTube. Have you tried to get a hold of Timmy this morning in England, one of our regular
I
viewers?
don't know him getting a hold of him. All I can do is watch for him to
Yeah.
log into
Yeah,
the
I've
chat.
checked every now and then. He's not.
Timmy has disappeared. We failed to hold his interest.
What you do, you
Monday,
ticked
but
him off. What you do, what you say.
He's probably
You
roasting.
lost our international listeners. Thanks.
He's probably
Doc.
roasting chestnuts in. Is it Hyde Park?
An open fire.
He lives in Cambridge, England.
He's from Cambridge. But is there a Hyde Park in
There's
London?
Hyde Park in London.
That's what I
That's
thought.
right near
I
the
think in the
Royal
winter they
Palace.
roast chestnuts.
On open fire?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't see any chestnuts when I was there.
That was kind of a gory story about the funeral service for the guy from India.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that sort of thing.
I didn't know you could get a permit for that.
Yeah. Well, you can, with an attorney, you can get just about anything, can't you?
Yeah.
Particularly if
Can
it's
you get that
Kevin
permit while
Sullivan.
the person's still alive, I wonder? Yeah, probably
I
not.
don't know. Anyway, you're having breakfast with Roger and friends, and we're not paying any attention to the clock because we're not on the radio, unfortunately.
Yeah, who cares?
You know, shouldn't I3 Broadband come here to see? No, seriously.
If the
They come to
problem
your
is-
house. They come to your house
Well, I
when
guess
you
if
have
they-
the
if you get a tech
troubleshooting.
guy,
Here's the
yeah.
problem, right? They will come, but you may get a bill because they've determined that the problem is not in their line, but in your connections then to your router.
Yeah,
Check
go
your
ahead, blame me for it. I don't
Check
care.
your internet. I think you might have internet connection.
Well, if we have internet, you think so? What's that say?
Check it.
We're having trouble finding that site because we don't have internet.
Did
That's
you
why-
reboot the computer? I mean, they always had you do that. Did you turn on, turn off? Huh?
I
They always
did that
have you
to
do
the,
that.
I did
Well,
that to the router.
I don't want to do that
And the
because
router's flashing?
I can't reboot while we're quote on the air because I would
You lose all that
this.
stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah, correct.
All right.
I
Well,
think we
it's not
would.
like we're on the air.
Yeah.
No, John just confirmed because in the car can't get the
Yeah.
Can't get you
Yeah.
guys, and like that's because we're not on.
Yeah, well, we'll keep our clothes on.
2 days in a row. I've about had it.
I know this is getting, it's the holidays.
Well, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
took it that way.
We're going to have to be
Well, I plug your
referees.
Grumpy old man.
computer directly into the modem instead of the router.
Okay.
So I thought since the problem is in the connection to the router that now you would have internet connection. I don't know why you wouldn't have.
Well, according to my phone,
Well, now we're frozen on YouTube. At least that one picture. Let's try
Well.
this. Oh, you're okay. That one camera is frozen. We've knocked that camera over so many times.
What's your
the
phone
phone
say?
says that I'm hooked to the Wi-Fi. I'm hooked to our
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but there's no internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, how?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is plugged in and working. It just is not connected to the modem, which is what connects it to the internet. So you will not get internet.
Yeah. You know, I think it's probably the way things are going.
It's
That,
that black cable that's plugged in there is defective. It's broken. You need to get another
A new
Ethernet
cable.
Well, can you run to Best Buy and grab us one? What can we do? Can someone bring one in?
I probably haven't.
I would like i3 broadband. I am paying over $100 a month. You know, they do make service
Well,
calls.
call
and
tech
you're right.
support or call the.
Well, we did. We talked to
service.
the guy. He talked to me, and I said, "Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about." So I gave it to you, Dr. Sidler, and he basically
says
said,
that their connection to your modem is intact, and that may be the case. The problem looks like it's that black cable. It's called an Ethernet cable that connects the modem to the router. It's broken, and it's not making connection properly.
"So wouldn't they have that, or do I have to go to Guitar Center or Best Buy that's now in East Peoria to get the right
Where do
cable?"
you get
I
that
bet you
cable?
get it at Lowe's,
That cable
probably,
goes
shouldn't it?
from that end to where?
I
It's
would
their
have it.
cable? It's their cable
No,
coming in?
No,
Oh,
that would be.
it's the cable from there to the computer.
That's all Louis cables.
Well, I will say this on behalf of the staff. Thank you for getting down on the
Yeah.
floor and crawling
Crawl
around.
on your knees. you know,
Yes,
to get-
and you got up on your own, which is a breakthrough.
Yeah, we didn't have to,
I'm gonna
you didn't have to hit your
stop
medical
there.
alert.
gonna
You
try it
you
again.
hadn't fallen, you could get back up.
Well, while you're on the floor checking my oil.
Oh, Gene's on the floor again.
Yeah, for the 9 count.
All right, Gene? Yeah, he got up again, too. Wow, that's impressive.
You know, losing a pet affects just about everybody,
It does.
including those who are talking in the background. And the caring people of Peoria Pet, when you lose a pet, hey, you know, we all have gone through that. And these folks at Peoria Pet, there's something else, Bruce and Lance and Jamie, the whole group, and they're available 24/7. And I mean 24/7. It's just not a tagline. It's how they do business, and they can help you through the grieving process, offering several choices for care and remembrance. Wonderful people. Peoria Pet Crematory, 309-713-1898, and let's check out the weather.
Well, the weather's
I
chilly.
went the camera.
Very cold. Mostly sunny, windy today. High 30, but it'll feel like, 10 below or whatever with the wind chill. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy with rising temperatures. Overnight low, about 33. Tomorrow, kind of a nice day. Partly sunny, high 44. Tomorrow night's low, 20. Sunday, sunny and 33. Monday, sunny and 42, so not bad. Right now, I don't know, we're around 15, 18 degrees or so, and it's, with the wind chill, it's 110 below.
Yeah, it feels
it just
that way.
feels
When
just
that wind hits you when you get out of your
very cold.
automobile bubble, that's something else. And now the news brought to you by Steve Sink. He's the managing partner of PHX Affiliates. Steve has been working as a broker for more than 20 years, helping people buy or sell their business. He knows business, and if you have any questions, he's the go-to guide. Steve Sink, and his phone number 309-696-8508. Now the news.
Earlier this week, we reported 59-year-old Eric Burlingame of Hopedale was missing. Unfortunately, he's been found dead in an area of heavy snowfall, said Tazewell Coroner Charles Hanley. An autopsy will be performed this afternoon to determine exact cause of death.
Hey, arson was the cause of a fire at 2314 North Ellis around midnight Wednesday night. A resident at the house was able to escape without injury. Damage was estimated about $40,000.
2 more Peoria teens have been arrested for a variety of crimes. One was 16, grabbed by police and charged with 2 counts of vehicular hijacking, and a 17-year-old for possession of a stolen vehicle.
A terrible single plane crash at the Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina has claimed the lives of NASCAR champion driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 children, and 3 others. Apparently, the Cessna C-550 business jet developed engine trouble shortly after takeoff. Officials said the plane was attempting to return to the airport when it went down. It was headed to the Bahamas.
Biffle was a licensed pilot holding licenses for single-engine and multi-engine airplanes and helicopters. He became heavily involved in disaster relief after Hurricane Helene, flying helicopters to deliver supplies to hard-to-reach communities in North Carolina and Tennessee. FAA records reveal he had just received his private pilot's recertification in March of this year and commented he was excited to get back flying again.
Good economic news. The Bureau of Labor announced yesterday that inflation dropped 2.7%. That comes after inflation reached 9% under Joe Biden. You won't hear this in a lot of newscasts. The White House responded after the lower mark disappointed some economists who had predicted a higher inflation number. President Trump reported the night before that inflation was dropping, and so it did, to the lowest level in almost 5 years. Prices for many grocery items are lower, as are costs for medicine, gas, airfare, car rentals, hotels, new computers, new monitors,
New cables.
new cables.
The media's response was, wait a minute. The New York Times, without evidence, said the drop likely reflects distortions caused by the government shutdown. ABC said the lower number ends months-long acceleration of price increases, offering relief for households strained by cost hikes. And NBC said it's a positive sign for consumers on its face. However, November's data was collected later than normal. However, Harvard economist Ken Rogoff said on CNN the inflation report is good news and there's no other way to spin it. But that didn't stop the media from trying.
The gunman who was wanted for the killing of 2 Brown University students and the wounding of 9 others has been found dead in a storage facility in Salem, North Hampshire. He's been identified as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. He also is responsible for killing the professor at MIT Brookline, Massachusetts. And that, Roger, is your up-to-date news.
Yes, we're still trying to
Still
find...
the same old story on
Same
the...
old story. Except we have WCBU available.
Oh, okay.
From the WCBU Newsroom, I'm Ben Howell. Peoria has approved a 2-year charter extension for the City-County Joint Commission on Racial Justice and Equity. The commission was originally formed in 2020. City Council members John Kelly and Dennis Sear questioned what the commission has accomplished so far. Mayor Rita Ali noted the commission presents an annual report each year. Councilmember Bernice Gordon-Young offers another suggestion.
Have any of you attended any of these meetings to see what they are about? Because I think firsthand that'll really give you a great idea.
The RJE Commission's responsibilities include developing and suggesting coordinated strategies to reduce inequity. A new 3-megawatt community solar farm on Brimfield School District property is the first project of its kind in Illinois. Jubilee Solar recently held a grand opening for the 5,400-panel renewable energy generator. The project was developed through the Illinois Shines Public Schools and is the state's first solar installment built on public school land. The Brimfield School District is the solar farm's anchor subscriber. That enrollment is projected to offset the district's energy costs by more than $22,000 each year. The new head of the Illinois Farm Bureau says one of the factors that led to the defeat of his incumbent opponent is a lawsuit the Farm Bureau filed against the national group, the American Farm Bureau Federation. Illinois Farm Bureau President Philip Nelson says he wants to resolve the suit, but declines to offer specifics yet.
I think I need to hear their side of it first. I think the first step is sitting down across the table and talking and seeing where we're at.
The lawsuit is about the end of a requirement for country insurance policyholders to have an Illinois Farm Bureau membership. And Illinois lawmakers decide in a few weeks whether people in prison will get physical mail again. The Illinois Department of Corrections has adopted a temporary policy to scan all mail and send digital versions to incarcerated people. Annette Douglas coordinates holiday card writing campaigns to incarcerated people through the Education Justice Project at the University of Illinois.
I saw them bringing bags of it home. So it's something that they kept, and it meant something to them.
The Maine Corrections Officer Union pushed for the policy. I'm Ben Howell.
Hey, it's time for sports, everybody. Dr. Gene Sillers here, brought to you by BradleyFans.com. Exciting news about a Bradley victory on the road.
Yeah, anytime you can win on the road in the conference, it's a good thing. And Indiana State's not the top team in the league. They're not the team that picked at the top, but still a very tough team at home. Bradley men won over at Indiana State in Terre Haute, 108-99 last night in 3 overtimes. It was quite a game. Bradley jumped out early to a big lead. Indiana State came back and held a 5-point lead at halftime. Second half stayed close throughout. It ended up going into overtime, and then a second overtime, and then a third overtime. Bradley finally pulled ahead a little bit at the end of the third overtime and held on for the win, 108-99. Some big performances from Jaquan Johnson, who fouled out, and then freshman Montana Wheeler, sophomore Timothy Vandernap, and senior Alex Ubrex came up big in his absence
good for them.
to open that lead and hold on. Bradley starts the Missouri Valley Conference season 1-0, and they improve overall to 8-4 with their 5th straight win. They've got another game coming up on Sunday at Carver Arena, a 1 p.m. game against Southern Illinois. Bradley women won last night. They played about simultaneous with the men. They won their 3rd game in a row, beating Southern Illinois at home up on the Renaissance Coliseum court. Final score 64-47. Bradley defense held Southern Illinois at just 29% shooting and 1 of 13 from the three-point line. They improved to 7-4 on the season, and their next game is also on Sunday. They play a road game at Northern Kentucky. That's their final non-conference game of the season, a 1:30 p.m. game down in Highland Heights, Kentucky, where Northern Kentucky is located. Illinois plays their next game on Monday, December 22. They'll play Missouri in a bragging rights game at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis. NFL game last night, a very good game between the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks. The Rams were well ahead in the fourth quarter and looked like they had pretty much put the game away, but Seattle came back with 2 touchdowns. Both of them they scored the 2-point conversion on, tied the game 30 apiece at the end of regulation, and then it went to overtime. Rams scored first, but Seattle came back and scored again, and for the 3rd time in the game went for the 2-point conversion to win it 38-37. That was quite a win for Seattle, and goes a long way toward possibly tying up that NFC West division for them. The Chicago Bears, they'll play in a nationally televised game Saturday night against the Green Bay Packers, 7:20 p.m. Saturday night on Fox Network. And then
That's a weird time, right? Saturday?
They kind of take over Saturdays once the college football season's over.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, the last 2-3 weeks of the season, they'll have some Saturday
It's
games.
good football. These last 2 weeks, that's when I enjoy watching. It's, I don't know, more exciting.
And there are some good football games this weekend in college football. The college football playoff games start the first round this weekend with 1 game tonight, Oklahoma versus Alabama. And then tomorrow there's 3 more football playoff
Ooh, those
games.
are good
Miami
games.
versus Texas, Tulane versus Ole Miss, and James Madison versus Oregon.
What's Jimmy doing in it?
Well, James Madison is champion of the Sun Belt Conference. They are also in the Bowl Conference playoffs.
And they're playing who are they playing?
They play Oregon of the Big Ten.
That game will be over at the end of the first quarter.
Where are they located?
It
Where's
could
James
be.
Madison? Where's that
Oregon's ranked
school?
number 5 in the playoff rankings.
Oregon's on
James
the West
Madison
Coast,
is
right?
ranked
No, James Madison.
number 12.
Where's James Madison at?
It's in Virginia.
Virginia. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's in. I don't know which city, but it's in Virginia.
Who's it named after?
I think it's
Jimmy,
the sixth president, fifth
I'm
president.
surprised.
President.
I'm surprised they
Mayor.
have.
No, fourth.
I'm surprised they haven't thrown him out.
Well, why would they do that?
Well, because they're throwing everybody
It's not
else.
politically
Look what happened in
correct,
Peoria. You know,
I'm sure they've probably pulled down his statue or so.
yeah,
Somewhere, yeah.
somewhere.
National Hockey League Blackhawks lost on the road to Montreal 4-1.
Yeah, what's the story on the Blackhawks? That's the second game in a row they blew it in the third quarter. The game, I believe, was 1-1 going into the third quarter. And the same thing happened the night before. They had a 2-0 lead, and they wound up
have done
losing.
that a number of times
Yes.
this year, not just.
They run out of gas.
They just didn't keep their
Recently.
stick on the ice.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
They need to solidify their defense. They have
Yes.
not got a good group of defensemen, and
More checking. more body
maybe
checks.
they can make some trades and solidify their defense. They've got a terrific goalie, but your goalie's not going to win a game for you if you can't
have
a
defense.
strong defenders in
Right.
there too to keep the opposing team from getting shots on goal. But you're right. Canadians scored 3 third-period goals to win that game, and of course, as Tyrus pointed out on Wednesday, they're missing their top player, Connor Bedard.
Connor Bedard, yeah.
Shoulder injury last
They beat the
Sunday
crap out of the
in their
young
game.
kid.
I thought he might have broken his collarbone the way he
That's the way it
walked
was,
off
oh,
the
yeah.
ice.
After the fight?
The way
No, he got
you
checked.
do when you have a broken collarbone. But I think he probably just separated his shoulder. Now that's a less serious injury, but still maybe
painful.
Yeah.
4 to 6 weeks
Yeah.
before you get those ligaments to tighten back up again.
Wasn't the first guy with a shoulder injury Moga Hopo, or what was his name? The guy with the hunchback in Notre Dame.
Quasimodo?
Was he? What,
I think
But-
he just had a
was he?
spinal deformity.
oh, is that what it was?
Well,
Yeah.
they must have
Who
faced.
played him in the?
Charles Lawton.
Charles Lawton, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the funny movie.
Oh, Marty, the
Marty
guy who-
Feldman.
Yeah, Marty
Feldman played
Feldman.
Igor.
Igor or Igor?
And Frankenstein.
No, it was Igor.
Igor.
And Young Frankenstein.
Young
Okay.
no,
Well,
Frankenstein.
who was the guy
Yes,
with the
Frankenstein.
humpback in that?
Yeah, that's Marty Feldman.
That was
His
Marty
leg, The
Feldman.
hump
He
kept
was
moving
good.
throughout the movie.
Did he have the funny nose
With
or the
Madeline
bad
Kahn.
nose?
No, he had a hump on it that kept moving.
Yeah, yeah.
And he
That-
got the wild eyes, remember?
Who
The
else
eyes
was
were-
in that movie?
Madeline
Oh.
Kahn.
Gene
Oh,
Wilder.
yeah.
Gene Wilder.
Was
Forrest
Madeline
Richmond,
Kahn was the one that sang?
Madeline
Madeline
Kahn.
Kahn.
Kahn. Oh.
Yeah. She was
Terry
a
Garr.
blonde.
Terry Garr. She was the blonde.
Terry Garr, yeah.
was the
She
blonde,
just
the good-looking
didn't
blonde.
she just
She
buy
just died
die?
2 months ago.
Yeah. She was
She was
a sweetheart. That was one of the classic.
She was a
uh,
classic.
Yeah.
Gene was great.
I don't know whether that's
Was that a Mel Brooks? That's a Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks,
movie.
oh yeah.
So that was it. Only other thing was the Rivermen. They won yesterday 2-0 in the
9,000 fans.
9,211 fans that play again Saturday night over in Evansville, and go Rivermen. But they've had a run of 3 years in a row right at the top of the league. This year maybe they're not quite as
struggling a
strong,
little bit,
but still a long way to go.
Yeah. Okay, there you have it this morning. Brought to you by BradleyFans.com. Is there a lot of talk, chatter on your website, BradleyFans.com, after that
Oh, yeah,
exciting
that-
win?
Well,
Squeaker.
because it ran on so late, I think everybody was ready to go to bed.
Yeah, and the heck was
So we
chatting
didn't
about
get
it.
as many people commenting, but
Today,
yeah.
Will. Today. you've
But
been-
historically, Bradley has had some tough battles over in Terre Haute,
Oh, yeah.
haven't they?
Last year they won on a last-second shot by Duke Dean, 89-88.
Where's Duke Dean now?
He's playing over in
Germany?
Belgium, I think, somewhere over in Europe. And he's doing really well.
Good for Duke Dean for that
He's like a
matter.
leading scorer on his team, yeah.
Well, a little reminder, everybody. We hope you'll join us tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock at the Deer Creek Baptist Church, as we have some readings. Terry Chamberlain, and
Dr. Gene.
the title of it.
Oh, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Clement Moore.
Is that the funny one or the?
No, it's not the funny one.
Well, Roger, try your internet one more time.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know.
I'll
It
say this.
is plugged in. It should be working, but I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be.
There we go.
Oh, look
Hey,
Look at
ladies, persistence.
Are we on the air
is
then?
it.
Are we on the air?
I don't know.
Well, that.
From the radio then.
Yeah, we should be on the radio now, except that something might have to be reset at the station.
12
degrees.
degrees.
Wow. It's going down. It's supposed to be up to 30 today, so better hurry. 'Cause it's, that's got a ways to go if it's
Wow,
only 12.
my weather says 12 degrees, but it feels like 3 below. So the wind
3
is
below.
still.
Yeah, it's still
still
whipping
windy.
around out there. Most of the ice and snow's gone. My yard, I think, was pretty
Except where
much.
you piled it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I
kind
didn't
of
pile. I don't
shoving
shovel. I do not shovel.
But the road plows.
You know, my neighbor shoveled his driveway, his walk all the way down to my house, and today I've got just as much snow in my driveway as he does, and I didn't shovel a thing. I just drove in and drove out. If I needed to put it in four-wheel, I just think shoveling's crazy. I don't get it, because where do you stop? I mean, not everything's going to be gone, so if you shoveled your little walk, who's going to walk on it? I just think shoveling's crazy. I'm sorry. I don't see any reason to shovel. It's never been there in June. It's always been gone. You don't shovel, do you? You shovel? It's not good for you. Guys our age shouldn't be shoveling.
I don't disagree with you on that,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I've got a blower, so it's
But
not a
why?
big effort.
Why do you do it? What's it? So you can see the concrete? Who cares?
No,
It's,
because I have an inclined driveway.
Oh, you
and
have a
If
steep-
you pack it down by driving and back and forth across it,
It's
it
just
becomes
ice.
ice.
Oh, well, you see, mine's flat, so it doesn't make any difference. I can't get stuck in
And
it.
if I have nothing but ice, I'm afraid the Amazon guys aren't going to bring this stuff up.
Oh,
to
they
my
won't
house.
bring it. Oh, you're one of those guys. You're one of those Amazon screwing up our local economy, huh?
Who isn't
Oh,
an Amazon
my.
customer
Yeah, no
anymore?
kidding. And you know what? It's gotten a lot later. I ordered some stuff like 4 or 5 days ago,
get-
and it usually would be next day. You're a Prime member, right?
Yeah, right now they're like a week behind.
Oh yeah, and I don't care. I don't blame. I know it's that time. These guys are working hard, and they've had to put up with all this snow and stuff. Kyle Varnold is in the studio, ladies and
Our
gentlemen.
weatherman is in the house.
Good morning, Roger and friends.
Good morning.
My mic's on, but it's okay.
Is there a special occasion for the tie and
Yeah,
sweater?
we've got it.
No, I love my. Is my mic on, Roger?
It should be.
You know, I can only do one thing at
I apologize. No
We
worries.
are now on the air.
We're on the air, so you've come to the right time.
Oh, you guys weren't on the air?
No, not for
I should really tune in
not for like
sometime.
24 hours. now.
Yeah, I'm so happy you listened to us on the way to the studio.
Yeah, no worries. So why am I
Yeah.
going through my notes?
Right. Well, we are finally on the air on
But
WA.
that one plug is going to pull out again. I've got.
I'm getting an echo now.
So don't sneeze.
Wait a minute.
Oh, there you go.
Sure,
You
I've
guys
got
haven't
a-
been on the air.
Well, we've been on YouTube,
Oh, okay. I was like,
YouTube.
what are you doing? Just sitting
so
here
we've had to
chatting?
leave our clothes on.
Hey, well,
Good.
it wouldn't be the first time we've sat here doing the show with nobody listening.
That is true.
Yeah, we just,
Sit around chat. Wait a
Hey,
minute,
it's
it's good
good
old
to-
guys.
it's good
What do they do?
therapy.
It's good to be. That's right. Exactly.
What are you going to do about these strong cold winds?
Yeah, this is nuts.
Oh, isn't it crazy? I warned you yesterday. I
hurt
said
my
the
head.
barometric
It hurt.
blowjob was coming in, and you didn't
hurt.
believe it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. It hurt.
It was
very bad.
quite the wind.
It was
We had-
horrible.
I wish you wouldn't use that term. You're setting up Terry.
Oh, yes.
not going
oh,
there,
gosh.
Doc.
Oh, my gosh. I
I'm
didn't
not-
think
Doc,
about
I'm
that
not
one.
going
Yeah, yeah. No.
Oh, wow. Barometric
I'm not going
wind
there.
catastrophe that it was. The wicked winds of the
Give you a
west.
headache.
Yeah.
And we're 12 degrees. Are we supposed to get to 30?
Yeah, we're going to get to... I'm sorry. I'm just
From
now getting to
12
it.
to 30.
I've been saying.
And,
Yeah, we're going to get to... Yeah, we're going to get to 30.
It's crazy. I don't
It
get
is-
it.
it
And
is
then
crazy.
sunny to
Thank God you have a
44
lower demographic.
tomorrow.
Yeah, what?
44
Tomorrow's gonna be
tomorrow.
in the 40s?
Yeah. So I'm really
That's
glad
nuts.
we're leading right into this with weather. Were you guys
Well, that's
ready
we
to
do
start
that
with
to
weather?
our guests.
I know it's great, but I thought usually
well,
you
what
have
else
news
do you
and
want us
stuff
to
that you
do?
could-
Yeah, well,
we do news?
he's right. We
All
need
right,
to
all right,
get
so-
on
All right,
schedule.
he's right. You're right. We're just kissing up the Roger.
No, I'm trying to stay on schedule.
And our news this morning brought to you by a group of people who are babbling while I try to give Dark Spot. Your hometown community bank's division of Morton Community Bank. And as you know, they have 46 friendly hometown locations throughout central Illinois, providing a variety of financial services. Look for the clock tower, and you'll know they have time for you. Member of FDIC. You know what's neat about Morton Community Bank? I go to one in particular, and it's managed by Wayne Menold. And when you walk in, They know who you are.
Roger.
Now, I don't want to cast aspersion that somebody that says they're better than banks. That's their tagline. But I tried them once, and they didn't know me from a load of coal.
Yeah.
And so I love going into the bank like you used to do. You have, any of you old enough to remember when the commercial bank was alive and well?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And that reminded you of what a bank was many years ago. Marble floors, the teller was behind a
Metal
cage.
cage.
yeah.
Yep.
And you really felt like your money was secure.
But remember, the post office was that.
The same way.
Too.
You're
The
exactly
marble
right.
floors and the brass
That's
cages and
Yep.
And one window was for parcel post, another window was for
Stamps.
airmail stamps. and
Another
so
one was
forth.
the postage meter. I used
Yeah.
to take Dad's postage meter in and
Yeah.
get it filled. Yep.
Yeah, and did the federal government gain anything by moving it down along the river in the floodplain?
I think it could not be modernized with all the new technology that
was the reason
post
for
office
it.
uses now,
Yeah.
and they needed more space, so that was why it was moved. Plus, I think the federal offices needed more room for expansion as well.
You know what is
so they
neat?
took
You could
over the whole
you could
first floor.
enter from either Main Street or Hamilton to the post
yes, that's right.
office.
And now they sort it where, is it Champaign, isn't it?
What is?
Where they do the sorting?
Chicago.
No, they moved it to Chicago.
Because if I
No,
send, if I send a letter to my neighbor, my next door neighbor,
It'll go
Go to
to J.B. Prisker's office.
it'll go to Chicago
Yeah,
and
Chicago.
come back
And
to my neighbor
yes,
next door.
Ransom
Right.
and his
Yeah.
wife mailed
I think
us
it's Champagne, though. I think
Christmas
there's,
card.
No, I think
They're
you're
like-
wrong. I think you're
I
wrong.
Yeah,
think there's a
yep.
sorting facility in Champagne.
Is
I
there?
don't
I
think
think
it's
that's-
Chicago.
we'll
I
have
think
to
it's
look into it.
Champagne.
Well,
But Mrs.
See what AI
Honecker was
is
one of the
sorting-
nicest
sorting
ladies. She's
facility.
one of
yeah,
the nicest
you're
ladies.
right.
Jean Ann,
What,
she was-
Gina Ann Honecker
Jean Ann
Yeah,
Honecker.
Jean Ann was
Oh, I
born
never
in
heard.
and
And
Gordon.
So,
Neat,
yeah,
neat
her
people.
husband, yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
Amazing.
I knew them very well.
Nicest people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Champagne.
You're really sticking to it, huh?
I'm gonna die on that hill.
We'll Google it.
You know, well, you know what we can do is
We can Google it and.
when letters are mailed in Peoria,
We're not getting to the news.
does it go to Champaign for sorting and then back to Peoria?
Well, AI for me says that
No, letters mailed in Peoria
Sorted
do
in
not go
Peoria.
to Champaign
Where do they go? Where do they go? Springfield.
for sorting under recent changes by UPS. Mail processing. Well, go ahead, honey, say it. Oh, I talked over. As I said,
Says it's
to
the
Bradford
Peoria Mail
Park
Processing
facility
and
in the
Distribution Center.
suburbs of Chicago.
No.
Peoria.
Oh, it's in Peoria. Oh, it goes to
No, it's
Peoria.
not sorted in
Local
Peoria.
operations stayed in Peoria.
No, it's
while
not.
Specific post office. Retail.
You're reading something different than what I've
Yeah,
read.
I'm looking at Google.
So
AI.
see, all three of us are right.
So anyways.
Mine says no letters. No letters mailed in Peoria do not go to Champaign for sorting.
Well,
it goes to Bradford Park.
Where it is, I'm
A
gonna Google.
suburb
I'm gonna
of
Google
Chicago.
something
Now,
different.
now look here. This LaHood and Sorensen applaud decision to pause the movement of the Peoria Mail Processing Center out of Peoria. So it has stayed in Peoria.
Well,
No, it's not, because I went out there and
that's not
asked
a
them.
sorting. They're talking about moving where the letters, at least to Google. Any rate, no wonder
We'll get to the news.
things are, yes.
All right,
And
fantastic.
now the news with Terry, brought
It's
to you
going to be a
by
very.
Google.
It's going to be a very abbreviated set of headlines.
Fantastic.
Well,
Bedford,
good.
Bedford Park, Illinois.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
near
right.
Well,
Chicago.
that was the plan to move it to Bedford Park, but then according to an article from April of this year, that
Article in what?
was from the offices of Congressman Darren LaHood, that it was paused
Good job, Darren.
and kept
I'll
in
go
Peoria.
up to the post office and ask him today. I'll get back with you next
I would
week.
avoid the post office like the plague today if I was you, but thank you.
Oh, will it be busy today?
Yeah.
I'm just reading what it says here. There was plan to move it to Bedford Park, and somehow the congressman persuaded the federal government to keep it here in Peoria.
Oh, so they're sorting downtown?
So it does play
Well,
in
they don't
Peoria.
use the
There we
word
go.
sorting. They call it Peoria Mail Processing and Distribution
On to the
Center.
news.
I don't think that's the same as.
All right, well, it's all clear as mud now.
But it's not, it says that it is not going to be transferred to the Bedford Park
Okay, well, then you were wrong,
location
Roger.
as was planned.
No, you were wrong. You said it went to Champaign.
I was wrong.
The bottom line is, we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
We have no clue.
Yeah.
We never have.
Never have.
We would never.
And now the
admit to
news
that.
with Terry, and I think it's abbreviated.
Do you have
Be
news?
very abbreviated,
Just
yes.
read the first. Just read the first
first
sentence.
line.
Each one.
Earlier we reported 59-year-old Eric Burlingame of Hopedale was missing.
I thought I was in charge.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Not this day.
Haven't been for
So Hope
haven't been for 6 months.
It's the holiday. Wait, did they find him? Did they find him yet?
Yes, unfortunately he was found in a snowdrift.
You really don't listen, do you? No, I didn't listen. It wasn't on the air.
Anyway, they found him in Tazewell County. So Tazewell Coroner
terrible.
Charles Hanley says an autopsy will be performed this afternoon to determine the exact cause of death.
Well,
That's
with the snow
terrible.
melting. They probably did find him. I'm
Yep,
not gonna just
yep, that's
say
exactly
that.
what happened. Arson was the cause of a house fire at 2314 North Ellis around midnight Wednesday night. The resident of the house was able to escape without injury. Damage estimated at $40,000. A single plane crash at the Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina has claimed the lives of NASCAR champion driver Greg Biffle, his wife and 2 children, and 3 others. Apparently, the Cessna C-550 business jet developed engine trouble shortly after taking off. Officials said the plane was attempting to return to the airport when it went down. It was headed to the Bahamas.
We interrupt this newscast because we have on the line a guy that worked for the Postal Service for umpteen years. This is Glenn.
What would he
One
know?
of my favorite. Yeah. Good morning, Glenn. Please clarify things, would you, for this madhouse?
Well, I'm not going to clarify anything because I haven't been there for 30 years, but they've had a sorting place out by the airport.
Okay.
As far as I know, they was going to close it, but then I don't know if they did or not. But all your change of addresses go down to Champaign.
Oh.
I experienced that when I moved.
So you were partly right.
Oh, well, see, so I get a check mark.
You get 5%.
I get a check mark.
So
Right.
you're siding with this buffoon that said it went.
Buffoon.
No, he's right. It changed address, so it's like 5%.
Oh, I know. Work with me, Kyle.
I'm sorry.
I
just came in.
Listen to the show.
You're out on the air, man.
Well, that's true. We weren't.
Go ahead, Glenn.
All right, Glenn.
To the Bradley fan, congratulations on that last night's win.
Yeah,
It
what a
was a
game.
tough one.
That was good to see.
The squeaker.
All right, well, that's about all I can tell you is I know they had a sorting station out by the airport and they was going to close it, move it up to the Chicago area, but I don't know if they ever did or
No,
not.
never did that. Well, thanks, Glenn.
All right, that's all I can tell you.
Merry Christmas,
Thank
Glenn.
you. Thanks for calling, Glenn.
All right, bye.
Merry Christmas. There we go.
There we go.
See, you know,
You feel better?
I will a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel better if we could get to weather. This is...
Just take your turn. We're
Yes.
15
You
minutes.
just you barged in here.
I have a lot to talk about.
We can talk about it
Okay.
off the air. We don't.
One more piece of news, and then we go to the weather.
All right.
The gunman who was wanted for the killing of 2 Brown University students and the wounding of 9 others has been found. Unfortunately, he's dead in a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire. He's been identified as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And the Brown officials say that he was a student at the school from 2000 to 2001. And the investigators have 99% certainty that he was also the person who shot and killed the professor at MIT in Brookline, Massachusetts.
That guy.
Yeah.
And those are the headlines, Roger.
Now with the weather, here's Terry and Kyle.
Yeah, what are you so excited about?
Oh my gosh! Not
Oh,
to toot
geez.
my own horn or anything, but on Monday we talked about how I mentioned, hey, we're looking to fire up the blowtorches the week of
You
Christmas.
said we'd be warm,
Remember
and
we
you
talked
said
about
we'd
it?
be really cold.
Said it'd be warm.
You were right.
Yeah, but
Okay,
yes,
we'll
this
give
is
you a
what-
right. Okay.
No.
Right.
But like that's the thing, no one else, TV, radio, no one was talking about
Well, I
it.
don't know.
Hey,
How
online.
do I know that?
No
You're
one
the
was
only
talking about it.
You're the only one I listen to. I
I
wouldn't know
appreciate that. I wish I
wouldn't
listened
know
to you guys.
Okay.
Oh, but no.
Well,
You know, the problem is in television locally and news and weather, they're young people.
Yeah.
And you've been at this. You're how old now?
I'm 43.
43 years old. And so many of the people on local news, there are exceptions, of course, but so many of them are young kids fresh out of the ISU broadcasting communications department.
Double wide waistline, too.
And exactly right. And they're still learning.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
I just,
Now,
I'm in a cynical mode now.
That was
Yeah, exactly.
Kyle Varnell.
Apologies. Anyways, but no. So we've been, looking at the models, and on Monday it's like, wow, we really are. We're starting to warm up the week of Christmas, particularly, December 23rd, 24th, 25th. Now we are looking at a potential record high on Christmas Day
Of?
67 degrees.
are you serious?
Christmas
Oh,
Day.
wow.
No.
67 degrees. And our previous record was 64, set just 6 years ago, back in 2019.
That's sunscreen weather.
It's crazy, man.
It's unbelievable.
60. You said we might get to 60. Now you're
Might
going to
get 60.
67.
Now I'm saying 67, mid to upper 60s.
You know what? I
Christmas
think I'm going
Wow.
to take my snowman.
Will that bother you?
That inflatable
That won't
snowman.
bother me. Will
No,
that,
no, it won't bother me.
you would rather have a white
Hey,
Christmas.
listen, my sister lives in California.
Yeah.
So she hasn't seen a drop of snow in the 35, 40 years that she's been living there. And they get along quite well without it.
And
sure.
when we talk about, and again, sorry to interrupt, but when we look at the next 2 weeks, I don't see us getting below freezing the next 2 weeks.
Well, I
It'll
can't,
be
you
below
know,
freezing the next 2
because of my age, I'm not unhappy about that.
I know a lot of
You
people
know, we
are
had
happy
our
about
snow, we had
But
the
there'll be
blizzard.
a lot of people out there screaming
Yeah.
climate change, and that is not the case. It's a change of pattern. We go back to the cold come
Well, the
January.
climate's
come about
changing.
January 8th,
It's
9th,
definitely changing.
8th or 9th, the 9th and 10th. We go back to the cold switch. We go back to the snow. We go back to the wind, and we go back to
When?
winter.
January,
Which
February?
Winter, huh?
January.
Around January 10th. Winter officially starts Sunday, the 21st. Winter solstice. So as we go into winter solstice, the next 2 weeks we will technically be above freezing.
Well, I'm going to Florida in January.
Good for you. That's great. We'll miss you dearly.
Yeah,
Oh, we have another caller.
Well, no, just,
Oh.
just a point of reference, because I remember Christmas 1982 very well.
82.
Because I was driving home from Wisconsin in the
82?
in the fog in '82,
I was born that year.
because the temperature was so warm
Oh,
and
yeah.
the fog was so thick.
1982. huh?
1982. It took me what normally took about 6 hours to come home.
Yeah.
Took me 8
Oh my gosh.
because the fog
And
was
what was
that
what was the
dense.
temperature?
It ranged from a high of 61
Wow.
to a low of 33.
Wow.
In the course of the day. So you say that you say 6 years ago we broke that.
6 years ago, yeah, it was 64 we
64,
were at.
okay.
64
So
degrees
there you
on
go.
2019.
So
Roger,
this will be a record if it hits 67?
the reason I was trying to rush you is we have a person who wants to talk to you.
Oh, wonderful. This is Nicholas.
Can you call this number? Are you allowed to call that number?
Yes, I'm allowed
On the
to.
air?
He can do anything. He runs the place.
Very
It's
good,
his show.
fantastic. So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
going to be expecting your call.
Okay. Will
At
you continue with the weather?
3:50 p.m. his
And,
time, 8:50 a.m. your time.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you called him before using this number?
Yes.
So this is going to be a record,
Well,
the 67.
the
It's
number
a record.
just
It'll be a record, okay.
the number just disappeared.
No, it's right there. 309. 309.
Why don't you go
I
around?
can't see it on there.
You go around. And,
Just go around there and help.
so anyway,
Okay, are you excited about that? You don't care about a white Christmas. My wife's all of, I want a white Christmas. I said, honey, we got it right now. Go look. And then,
take
how
your
do I-
pictures and then pretend that it was
I
Christmas
don't care
Day.
if it's not a white Christmas.
I prefer it not to be a white Christmas.
It doesn't fit the song real well, but who cares?
No,
We've had enough
I want
snow.
to be able to drive to church on Christmas Eve and not have to fight the snow.
Exactly.
And it'll still be a candlelight
Exactly.
service. And
Exactly.
it sets the mood.
Yep. Who cares if it's warm? Well, anyway.
Anyway, it'll be nice.
So tomorrow, sunny, 44 for a high. And
Yeah, that's accurate.
tomorrow night, 20. Tomorrow night?
Yeah. Actually, I think. Sorry.
That's all right.
We have a little special
Tomorrow
guest
night?
we're calling right now. I think tomorrow night will probably be about 24, 25 degrees.
24, 20. Sunday, sunny, 33.
Yeah, so Sunday I think we get back up into 40.
In the 40?
The winds out of the south will kick in.
And then Monday, around 40 some also?
I think Monday will probably be in the upper 40s.
Upper 40s. Wow.
But the winds are going to die down here real soon, right?
Yeah, so the
Maybe
winds have
tomorrow?
already
Yeah, where's
died
those
down.
winds
Oh,
coming
good.
from?
Yeah,
Already?
the winds have already died down.
Good.
Yeah, sorry.
Where are those winds coming from? They got to be coming up from the
from the north now.
Oh, right now they're out of the northwest. So that's what's bringing the cold air.
All right.
Okay.
Sunday they start coming out of the south. They shift out of the south.
Okay.
So is he on the air? Do you have him? Oh,
Didn't answer.
all right.
And then they had the recording that said the voice.
Voicemail box is probably full.
966. What's the phone number here?
966.
I'll try it again.
4044.
Call us.
Answer the phone,
Oh,
309.
yeah. Here, I got it.
There you go.
Do what?
Is
All right,
he
he's
gonna
trying to call
here?
me. You call him. 'Cause we can't.
309.
We can't patch you
This is
through. Yeah. It's okay.
Oh my.
Hey, we're gonna call you again, okay? So sorry.
And the number again is
309.
Yes.
Oh, maybe that's him calling back.
Was that him calling you?
That's right.
840.
Well, Happy New Year, Merry
It
Christmas.
is him.
How
Yeah,
are
there we
you?
go. It is him. So now it's cheap for Roger because
Hang
Nicholas
on,
called.
I'm gonna put you on the air. Hang on.
Send him a couple bucks. So this is Nicholas from
Italy.
Italy. Wow.
Good morning or good afternoon. What time is it,
morning.
Nicholas?
What time is it? It's 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Buongiorno.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Hello, we miss
are
you
you?
so much. Oh, so good, so good.
Isn't it good to hear his voice?
Roger wanted to
I
talk
miss
to
you
you
too.
before Christmas, so.
Yes. Merry
Yeah,
Christmas to
thank
you and
you.
your family.
Going to be a white Christmas there.
What?
Merry
I cannot-
Christmas.
I cannot hear.
You can't hear.
You can hear
I
him?
don't know.
Uh,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's okay. Do you have snow on the ground in your town?
Right now, that's a funny joke. Here it's, we have fog, no snow. It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Well, we're disappointed
We
here
have
too.
fog. It's,
Yeah, Nicholas,
Yeah.
it's going to get up in
Yeah.
the mid 60s for Christmas here next week.
woo.
Yeah, our snow's all gone.
Yeah.
Snow's almost
That beautiful snow we sent you.
That's sad. I mean, at least you got snow. We didn't got anything.
But you see it on the mountains
Like-
across the lake, right?
Yeah, you see it all the time.
mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't touch it. So
You got to climb a mountain. But
You gotta just climb up the mountain.
What do you-
well, yeah.
What are you going to have to eat on Christmas Day?
yeah, what's the tradition there?
Christmas Day. Oh, one of the best places. My grandma's house.
Oh yes, Grandma. What will
Grandma's
she
house.
have?
So, what?
What will she have on the table?
A lot of things. Now I don't remember what because it's been a year. So I don't know. Maybe she will switch some things up. It really depends how many people she got to serve. I don't know.
Yeah.
But usually we eat a big dinner on the 24th, and then we'll go to bed and wait for Santa to come.
Yeah. Now, in Italy, in Italian, what name do you give to Santa? Saint Nicholas?
Babbo Natale.
Buon Natale.
Bonatale?
Buon Natale.
Babbo Natale.
Babbo Natale.
Babbo
Father
Natale.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect,
Natale.
perfect. Yeah.
And how do you say Merry Christmas in Italian?
Merry Christmas. Buon Natale.
Bonatale.
Buon Natale.
Buon Natale.
One means good.
Yep.
Natale is Christmas.
Well, very
Yeah,
good. Thank
and then
you,
Natale is
Luigi.
Christmas.
Dr.
Buon-
Sidler's here.
Buon Natale.
Yes, thank you. How's the family? How are the how is Thomas? Is he getting excited for his foreign exchange next year?
Really good. Yeah. So we just, I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, but he's going to Kentucky.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
he's
even
like-
better. We might go
wanna
visit him
know-
then, because I thought he was going to Italy or Utah, but he's going to Kentucky now.
That's close.
Yeah, but they didn't found a host family for him in those 5 states, and
So-
so they switched things around, and now he's going in Kentucky, and guess what city? Now a hint is we passed it when we went to Tennessee for
Paducah.
spring break.
Lexington.
No,
Paducah.
I think no. I think we stopped for Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Florence?
That's
He's going to Florence?
Yeah.
No way! That's so
It's
cool.
like-
What are the odds of that? Yeah, we stopped at Chick-fil-A and got gas
I know,
at
I know,
Florence.
I know.
Yeah.
Florence, Kentucky?
Yeah, that's just outside Cincinnati.
that is.
It's a suburb of Cincinnati. It's just
Yeah, like
okay.
5 minutes, not even.
That's fantastic. That's like 5 hours from us. We'll go visit him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, why don't we have a bus? We'll get a bus. We'll
Roger
all
Fred's
go.
bus. That's what
You
we're
can
doing.
drive the bus.
Yeah. We'll take Peoria Charter.
What is it?
Yeah, they're still in business.
Yeah. What do you want for Christmas? We're taking the collection to see whether or not we have enough money to buy you something for Christmas. What do you want? What do you want?
Nothing. Just
That's about what we have collected so far.
That's what we got.
spending time.
That's right where we're at.
Just spending time with the people that I like to spend time with.
Oh, may God love you. You're just a wonderful young man. Praise
He's a
the
wonderful
Lord.
young man. We're very blessed.
Yeah.
Very blessed.
What's your favorite holiday song?
Holiday song.
Yeah.
I think maybe Last Christmas or Mistletoe by Justin Bieber.
Mistletoe by Justin Bieber. That would be
Yeah.
an appropriate answer for you.
I like Last Christmas. That's a great song.
I don't know if I've ever heard Mistletoe by.
I haven't heard mistletoe.
Yeah, we're not going to pull it up either, so it's okay.
I'm not a believer. Are you a believer?
Well, how's AC Milano?
Oh, it's highs and lows, you know. Yesterday I crashed out at the TV. Like, I wanted to punch the TV so bad because they lost the game. But,
Oh, no.
you know,
Yeah.
I have my dilemmas, I
Yes,
think.
yes, of course. And then
Because of
I was
soccer.
telling them a couple weeks ago, the Olympics that are going to be in Cortina, that's not far from you, right? How far is Cortina?
No, it's close to Milan, so it's like 1 hour and 30 minutes.
1 hour, 30
something
minutes
like
away
that.
from you.
Yeah.
That's we're really excited. Really, really excited. No,
Mm-hmm.
just can't wait. We'll send them pictures next summer when we come visit. But yeah, no. Roger wanted to, he's been asking to call you and talk to you. I said, well, maybe we can get it arranged right around Christmas time because you're actually volunteering at a Christmas fair this evening, right?
Yeah, I am outside of school.
You're outside school right now?
We just finished a Christmas fair with raffles, like with food and drinks. So that's fun. And so I needed to volunteer, you know, setting
Yes.
things up and keeping the mood right for the little kids.
I love it. I love
You know.
it.
Do eggnog and.
Do you guys do eggnog in Italy? No, they do panettone.
What?
He wants to know if you do
Panettone and Pandoro.
pandoro.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any idea.
Pandoro, yeah.
Pandore, yeah.
Is that a drink?
No, it's a pandore. It's a
No,
it's a bread.
it's like sweet bread.
Yes.
It's something like that.
Oh,
It's not a cake. Now, don't get mixed
Oh, I
up.
apologize.
okay, sorry.
But, no, it's good. Since we are educating the audience now, since we are live,
That's
you
right,
know, we
that's
need
right.
to...
So what's the preferred drink at
Getting close
Christmas?
to calling us idiots,
in
I think.
Italy?
The fairy drink,
Yeah,
now, amongst older people, wine.
the wine, of
But
course.
For kids, water and juice too, or Coke.
Every dream. Sorry,
Go ahead, sorry.
It's okay. It's just,
What was the music?
that was a mistake.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
we brought in another phone call. It's okay.
Well, we got about a minute.
All right.
Oh, that's right.
A minute?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a minute left.
Yeah.
Well, very Merry Christmas to you. We'll FaceTime over the weekend, probably on Sunday morning, if that's okay,
Okay.
after Mass. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we love you. We miss you.
Yeah,
We love
sure
you too,
do.
and have a good day.
Thanks for calling.
You bet.
Buon Natale.
Yeah. Thanks.
Buon
Bye,
Natale.
Nick.
Buon
Merry
Natale.
Christmas.
Last Christmas, I gave you my
Well, that does it. Wrapping things up on Breakfast with Roger and Friends on both WAZU, FM 90.7, and finally YouTube. And don't forget 2 o'clock tomorrow after the big show.
20 seconds?
Yeah, hey, 20 seconds we didn't have for that matter. I love you. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, God loves you, and so do we. And we'll see you tomorrow, 2 o'clock, at the Baptist Church in Deer Creek, starring Dr. Gene Sidler, and obviously Terry Chamberlain, Kyle Barno, and Eddie Parker, Kathy Rem, who else?
Pastor Steve Evans,
And we're going to have a great time. Hope you can make it. So, good luck, everybody. You bet.
how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song. With joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound. All hill and dale, telling a tale. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On this end, on with the dent, their joyful tone to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing the cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song. With joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere.